1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, don't be acting. We back at it, man. We back at it. Big salute to everybody who's popping out on all the different platforms that we are on. Big salute to the people who are popping out on YouTube. Salute to the people who are on Instagram right now who are watching on Instagram live. We live. Back at it Wednesday afternoon, June 5th. Big salute to everybody who was out last night at the Bishop Brigante show. Very dope event. And yeah, a lot of things to get into this week. So for all the people who are on Instagram right now, pop out, hit us up on our YouTube channel right now if you want to get into the conversation going. There is a link that I have pinned in the chat if you guys want to join the conversation, and you can cam up if you want, or you can remain anonymous and not have the camera on, just talk y'all ish. Big salute to everybody in the chat over here. E3 Entertainment, the homie BJ over there in the West Coast, straight out the 666 in the building. ADG backup or ABG backup. Was that you, Don? Oh, snap. Oh, they packed out your page. Who else is out here? Forever Liz. Everybody in the building. And salute to the people who are popping in on the chat right here on YouTube. Diamond Club in the building. That's the sponsors. Salute. Dark Side in the building. What up? Down to Earth in the building. What up? NDG 8369. What up? We out here, man. Let me get into a list of the topics that I have here on my screen. We're going to get into that Drake Snow Day feature. I had to do a little bit of clearing up again and go to a few different platforms and let the people know exactly what the whole gist of that song was from my perspective, from my opinion, right? I'm just going to only give it from my opinion. But yeah, got to talk about that and some of the reactions that the Americans were having to this. It's been kind of nasty. Also, the city violence is going up. We might cover that a little bit. I'm not sure exactly, but I definitely want to get into some of the Toronto rap pages and do a deep dive into some of these pages over here. The Bishop Brigante show that went down last night. Big up to the gambling man, aka Bishop Brigante. Very dope show that went down at the Rec Room last night. And salute to everybody who came out. We'll actually probably recap that in the beginning. Kanye West getting sued. And what else I got in here? Sharp versus Suspect. And if y'all have any topics, spam the chat right now and let me know what y'all want to talk about. Icy Springer update. I don't know if I want to do that, man. It's not really worth it, man. It's like taking the motion away from what we're already doing just to talk about degeneracy. But salute to him, same way. Oh, Niels, what up? You know what I'm saying, over there in the Netherlands. We out here, man. Pop out on the YouTube channel right now. Let's get a conversation going. Chill. Yeah. What? Watch me do my stuff. Yeah, man, we back at it. Salute to everybody who's popping in the chat right now. Oliver Grayson. Who else is in there? Peace, love. Who else is in here? Let yourselves be seen. Oliver Grayson says that track cannot be real. It's real. I'm trying to tap in with the young boy Snow Day not too long from now. So hopefully we can get an interview going on with him and get a conversation and see Wah Gwan. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Sponsors. Salute to the sponsors. Big salute to Diamond Club. Got a can of the candy cans available on the Diamond Club website. Hit them up if you want to get some of that loud across Canada and all within the GTA. Use the Instagram page Diamond Club _Canada and use that code We Love Hip Hop and get yourself a little discount. You heard me? Big salute to Diamond Club. Also, if you need some of that blem to go with that, hit up Steaming Hot Grabber. Okay, they got the specialized one with the boys on the front. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. I think this is some red rose grabber, or this might be this is some red herring. But if y'all want some of that grabber right now, I can't even speak right now. If y'all want some of that grabber right now, hit up Steaming Hot Grabber on their Instagram page, Steaming Hot Grabber, and you could also use the code We Love Hip Hop. Who else is in the building? Trevor Jackson TV. What up? You know what I want to show y'all quick fast before I get into any of the things? Anything before I get into the Wah Gwan to the Wah Gwans? Okay, just a little Toronto sign, right? Before I get into the Wah Gwan to the Wah Gwans, let me go to the member section. Let's pull up the member section here for y'all. If you're not subscribed, you're dissing, fam. You're dissing, fam. Let's see. Let's go to the We Love Hip Hop page. Let's go to our member section. I got an interview with Flower City about to drop tomorrow. We got Shad K. Let me see if we could take a look at the Shad K interview quick fast.
It's not up to me to decide the winner. I think the culture, the community picked a winner.
Big salute to Toronto Collective, where I did this interview as well. Big salute to the man Ninja.
Right. Out of the two.
Yes.
I think that is the bottom line. That is what transpired. Now,
the public picked Kendrick, but
the public picked Kendrick, but I also think, and again, I take it back to battles like from when we were coming up that we're live. Okay, two things happen. One, the audience picks a winner.
Yes.
But the other thing that happens is the next day, the next week, whatever, the audience, the general feeling is the audience was like, that was a dope event.
Yeah.
And I think that's the truth of the
Hold on. Let me preface this right here by, this is the way, and big salute to Shad K. This is how you give the most diplomatic answer to a touchy question, right? 101. Actually 202, okay? This is the expert. This is the intermediate level. We might even have to do the expert level. This is the doctorate. This is a master class on how to avoid a question.
Kendrick and Drake thing too is that what we just witnessed was wild.
Yeah.
Wild entertainment for all of hip hop. And that's going to be, as the dust settles and we get further and further away, that will be the overwhelming sense of things. But to your question,
watch my face.
Who
was the winner?
I think the winner was Kendrick.
Okay.
I think the winner was Kendrick. I think Drake held his own. It was 20v1.
True.
I think he absolutely held his own. But I do think in the end, the audience picked.
I had to push him in that corner. Answer the question, man. No, salute to Shad.
A winner.
Okay.
We ended up, the dust settled and we ended up with someone was declared the winner.
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Yeah.
With this whole battle, we've seen, and I'm asking you as somebody who's documented hip hop, right? Is this the best hip hop battle that we've had in our lifetime?
It's not.
Is it? Let me ask y'all in the chat. Was Drake? Sorry, I got it in all caps. Was Drake and Kendrick the best? Simply the best. Better than all the rest. The best hip hop battle. We don't have to go of all time, but I mean of all time. Okay. Bare question marks. Let's go.
Not even close.
Which one is the best for you?
This battle, bro, like by the end,
actually,
like this battle was so great that by the end, by Sunday night, like everyone was like, I'm actually exhausted.
Too many tracks.
Like this was just actually so much that it got to the point where it was actually exhausting. I'm glad they picked the right time to end it because we were all like, we can't even do this anymore.
Too many breakdown videos.
Bro, too many breakdown videos. It's just taking up too much of I have my own life. I'm an adult, bro. Like I can't be spending all this time.
Got lives and kids.
Clicking
and jobs.
refresh.
Kendrick dropped again.
Clicking refresh to see if somebody else. It was, to me, there's no comparison. Like I think about Nas and Jay-Z. I think about, for me, I'm 41. So when Cannabis dropped second round knockout. That was huge.
Big battle.
You know what I mean? So I think about these moments, but they were sending like 6-minute songs at each other like 6 in 6 days.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question based on this conversation, and I'm going to clip to another video in the member section in a minute, just because I just want to show y'all what we got there in the background. You know what I mean? If this battle, the Drake and Kendrick battle, isn't the best hip hop battle of all time right now in our lifetime, okay? Myself being in my late 40s, some of y'all are in your 30s, some of y'all are in your 20s that are popping up in the chat. In your lifetime, for the amount of battles that you've experienced watching in the public, is the Drake and Kendrick battle the best one? Okay, my old ass has gotten to see a lot of different battles. Like, I was still very young when KRS-One and MC Shan were going at each other. I was still a kid. Okay, I wasn't a full grown ass nigga yet. Nas and Jay was obviously, to me, I guess in my lifetime, because at that point I was already in my 20s, that would probably be the biggest battle that I've gotten to experience in my lifetime. At that point in time. Okay. Nas being somebody of the stature of having platinum records at that point, he was ahead of Jay for a second. And then when Jay-Z started gaining more prominence, then what album was Jay-Z at that point? Was it the Hard Knock Life album, In My Lifetime Volume 2? And he had sold 6 million records on that. He was on fire. He was on top of the world. He was basically the Jay-Z level of his time at that time. Not the Jay-Z, I mean the Drake level of his time. Right? So when he went at Nas, he kind of woke Nas up. So when Nas came back with the Ether track, a lot of us at the time didn't think that he had it in him. And prior to that, they did have songs, right? Nas had the song with the H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo, for shizzle my nizzle, the rapping version of Cisco. Y'all remember that? If you don't, just go backtrack, do your Googles, right? He got at Jay. So Jay actually had responded on Takeover. Okay, for the people who are not completely aware of the timelines of that battle right there. Takeover was a response to Nas, who threw a shot on a song earlier. And it probably even goes further back than that. Okay. Then Ether came after that. So what else do we have after that? There was Super Ugly. There was the track that was on the Godson album. Super Ugly was retracted. And then Jay-Z came with the Let the Flutes Out. Right? The Blueprint 2 song. Okay, so there was, let's say, 5 songs that came out of that whole battle. At that point in time, I was like fulfilled as a hip-hop head. I can't lie. Let me see, who else y'all got in here? Tim Dog versus the whole West Coast. Football them. That shit was crazy. I was there for that. I was outside. Who else? Beanie Siegel versus J Diggz. That gave me a lot of material. There was a lot of songs that came out of there. But I will say that this battle here, the Drake and Kendrick battle, is definitely going to go in the top 3. Right? Yo, road to success. Relax. He said Friday seen T-Rex versus Tyrannosaurus battle, Godzilla versus King Kong battle. Facts. It's right there in the front row eating popcorn. Get him, King Kong! Put him in a headlock! Right? So, for this battle, the Kendrick and Drake battle, top 3, not number 1. I could possibly say number 2. You know what? While I'm here thinking in real time, and y'all gonna call me a glazer, y'all gonna be, oh, wipe your mouth, Friday. Low key, this is the top battle in my opinion. For old ass nigga like me who's seen a lot of battles, including Drake's other battle with Meek Mill and the one that he had with Pusha T, to me, in my opinion, okay, IMO, in my opinion, I think that this battle, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, was the #1 battle in my lifetime. And I've gotten to see pretty much all the battles. Cool Mo D versus LL Cool J. I bought your album, took it straight to the bathroom. Right? Like, I remember the lines. Okay? I would say second to that would obviously be Jay and Nas. Now I'm committing blasphemy here. Wow, Friday, you put Jay and Nas after Drake and Kendrick, but they're so young and they're so old. Yeah, that's what I did. Let the youngins cook, and them niggas ain't even young. Them niggas is getting long in the tooth too. Right? Who else? Who else? Shan versus BDP. Ooh, that has to be a top 5 battle. Who else? In my top 3, so I got two battles in my top 3 right now. And don't get it twisted. I don't need to have 100 songs in the battle for it to be in my top 3. All right, Cage versus Eminem. Yo, you dig it in the crates, Black Pudding TV. Jesus Christ. That's white on white crime right there. Cage versus Eminem. Big Kids Don't Play says LL versus Cannabis. That was a good one still. Yeah, that was a good one still. That definitely has to be in the top 10 battles of all time. What about, I seen somebody mention 50 versus Game, and that was great. But what about 50 versus Ja Rule? I think 50 put on a masterclass on how to really like up and take somebody out of the game. All right, I think Kendrick was trying to do the same, even though Drake was talking about he being the 50 Cent type of person in the battle. I think Kendrick was trying to push Drake out of the limelight completely, like where you listen to Drake's music and you're weird all of a sudden. It's not working, right? Drake has too big of a fan base to do that. But what 50 did to Ja Rule, he literally made Ja Rule an uncool thing. You listen to Ja Rule still, for real? Wow. I didn't know you was one of them type of niggas. Okay, enjoy your little Ja Rule songs. That's what happened. He made it not cool. Road to Success says Friday versus Lady SB's Bodyguard. Facts. Friday versus Chris Guy. Facts. There's another Friday one in here. Friday versus Rock Boy Ninja. Facts. Big facts. I got a lot of verses. I should start rapping again. Y'all forgot Friday versus Nessia. That went down too. All these times, no bars. I got no bars. I'm sorry. I don't rap. Beat Nuts versus Beat Nuts. Okay, I gotta pick one more. In my top 3 battles of all time. Jay Nas. So Drake, Kendrick, Jay Nas. I might have to put another Drake in there, bro. Pause. SG says Chromas versus Plush. I don't know if that actually ever went down. I think it was Chromas versus Cocanina. Not to get mixy. Be Real versus Ice Cube. Y'all some real hip-hop heads. Holy shit. I'm proud of the audience that we've accumulated over here. Y'all some real hip-hop heads. Y'all bringing some great suggestions over here. I'm going to actually go with 50 Cent versus Ja Rule as my third one. Okay? 50 Cent put on a masterclass on how to really get at somebody, get under their skin, make content as well as the songs. And the end result of that battle, he literally took Ja Rule off of the musical map. Ja Rule has never, all till now, Ja Rule hasn't been the same since. Okay? He's there, investing money in Firefest and just doing whatever. He caught a case in Canada. Y'all don't remember Ja Rule caught a case in Toronto after that battle. Like, he was just crashing out after. Like, he was just like, oh, man, that boy Curtis just discombobulated my career. It was ugly. And then after Wankster, which 50 actually added as an extra song on the Get Rich or Die Trying album, after he already released it on the soundtrack. So he's like, take it again. He had that song there. It's easy to look at me. Back down. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, don't back down. And then they had the Ja Rule's boyfriend at the end of the song. He was just kicking this nigga. Get down, stay down. And he's never been the same since. Lil B versus James Harden. That happened. I missed that one. I know Lil B and TIP. They had their little back and forth. Oh, not Lil B. I'm thinking about Lil Flip. My bad. Yes, Lil B versus James Harden is the real one still. The curse. Don't mess with the bass god, yo. Eazy-E versus Dr. Dre. Yeah, that was legendary. It was legendary, but in real time, when I was the age that I was at the time, I was probably 16 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. When that was going on, I wasn't a West Coast guy. Like, I liked some West Coast stuff. I was an Eazy-E fan. But to me, just because the East Coast is so, inherently more lyrical at the time, I wasn't really jacking all the songs on from that battle right there. Kool Keith versus MF Doom. Holy, y'all some real crate diggers for real. Eric Sermon versus Bishop Brigante. Facts. Yo, pay the man his money, fam. Eric Sermon, you're a crook. Oh, by the way, he unblocked me. Salute to Eric Sermon. Thank you, legend. Still pay the man his money, though. But thanks for unblocking me, though. I appreciate that. Let me just show y'all another quick video here, and then we'll move on to our topics. Salute to Justin Hunt, aka the company man.
Never known him, you know. At least for me, it wasn't. To me, it's really tragic all the way around. And I don't know what. I think Diddy needs to leave the state. I don't know why he's here.
Oh, the podcast Poppy. Perfect timing. So Justin Hunt, for the people who don't know, let me just show you all what I'm looking at on the screen. My bad. Justin Hunt, for the people who don't know, he's a hip-hop journalist. He's written for and done a bunch of content for Hip Hop DX. He was the editor-in-chief for Hip Hop DX for a multitude of years. He's worked on Revolt, doing some content over there, or more as like a correspondent. He started the company Ambrosia for Heads. He's to me, one of the top 3 most reputable hip-hop journalists in the game. So I had the fortune to have a 2-hour plus interview with this gentleman right here. And some of the dealings that he's had, but from working over behind the scenes and on camera on Revolt, prompted me to have some questions like, hey, well, what about Diddy? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Black Pudding TV, man, said the Toronto version of Friday. I aspire to get to the level of tenacity and work ethic that this guy has when it comes to finding the root to the story. Don't worry. I think I do my thing, but I feel like guys like him show me how to do my thing when it comes to this journalism shit. So salute to Justin Hunt on this one right here. No glazing.
Hard shit I don't tolerate. Like, you know, my values are in line with my grandma's, you know, and my parents.
See it through the screen like myself. Like, I haven't gotten to meet a lot of these people where you've been in so many different rooms in the industry that you've gotten to meet a lot of different art. You've just you know, we've mentioned a bunch of different artists in here that, and so many that we don't even have time to get to. But when you see somebody that you met and then like something like that happens, it must be a different kind of feeling.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's different. I mean, at the same time, it's, you know, there's certain things I just don't tolerate from anybody. You know, abuse of any kind, I don't tolerate. You know, beating up women, I don't tolerate. You know, disrespecting Black American culture, I don't tolerate. You know, people who are hustling, stealing from people for no, or disadvantaged people, less fortunate people, that Brett Favre shit, I don't tolerate. Like, you know, my values are in line with my grandma's, you know, and my parents. Like, it's just things, those are things that are embedded in me. So I'm not sure if it's really that different when you see someone, because even if you've never met Diddy before, he's one of these people that you feel like you've known your whole life. It's like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, right? Everybody felt like they knew both of those two figures, you know. Everyone felt like they had a connection with them in their life at some point. And, you know, that's, you know, that was just that was a crazy moment on its own. So I don't know if it felt different. I don't know if I felt disappointed and sad for Cassie. You know.
You know why I'm asking this question to this gentleman right here, right? Because when you get to look a demon right in his eyes, and this person is paying you, he's doing good things, he's being good in front of the scenes for what you get to meet of this person. And then you go and watch all these allegations start flying out the woodworks. And then a video pops out of this man looking like a monster, running down the hallway in a towel. It's like, you look this nigga in the eyes like, yo, what up, fam? Like, yo, how you doing, Diddy? You know what I'm saying? How's your family? So it's one thing to be looking at these niggas through the screen, but when you're like, yo, I met this nigga multiple times, to me, I'm like, I feel like, damn, lucky this nigga didn't try to get me on some shit.
But I mean, that was crazy. I just, the level of trauma and drama she had to live through and endure, you know, because that's not an easy person to get away from.
Yeah.
You know, even watching that video, it looked like she played dead, right? When he threw her to the ground, she just played dead, right? And he kicked her twice and she just moved her hand there and put it there, right? It looked like she experienced that.
Some of our favorite.
I think the difference was NBA YoungBoy running down the hall in his socks and a towel?
No. We had some good debates in this one here, especially when we started getting into the Drake section. Him talking about having an early Drake interview from before, like right after the Aristo battles, actually. On Drake, there's so much different things to talk about, okay? But one thing I want to know, with everything that's happened, what should he do now? Because I seen the breakdown even on the Sexy Red record.
Be a real person, man. Just be a real person. Like that seems like the hardest thing for him to do for so long. Like, find a situation that happened where he was a real person. When that dude peed on his leg.
Yo. Oh, come on, Judge. Don't do that, man. I'm gonna leave that comment on the screen for a second. Peace, love, salute to you. Peace, love says, when this dude was interviewing Drake, Friday was beefing with Drake. It wasn't me. It was the gang. Okay? I told him not to beef with this nigga. All right? It was the Empire Boys. I told him, leave that light-skinned nigga alone, fam. You're going to be famous.
That's how a real person reacts.
It wasn't like the man stood next to him and peed on him directly.
If someone gets too close to peeing on your leg, I'm not sure. How about this? I won't do it. You're right. Then maybe that's uncalled.
Come on.
The
situation was weird, man. It's hard for him and Chubbs and those guys to start flipping. Okay, here comes OVO lawyer Rick. Out in there, man. Come on, man.
I guess.
Especially if it was an accident. I don't think he did it on purpose, man. R.I.P. to T.I.'s homie, but like, I don't think he did it on purpose, man.
Wasn't T.I. talking about this week? All right, we'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone.
Let's leave that alone.
We'll leave that
Remember,
alone. Right. That's not fair. That's not fair. It's not fair. I'm right. That's my fault. I apologize. You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay, but regardless of them watching or not, who cares? Okay, so let's get to some stuff. Salute to Justin Hunt. Look out for that interview. We'll probably have to circle back and cover some Justin Hunt type stuff in this live here, because we did have a conversation about something that just happened. All right, gang. Drake isn't going inside. He's not taking no breaks. No break, gang. I think people expecting Drake to go home and lick his wounds. Oh, Kendrick Lamar, the big bad boogeyman, said bad stuff about me. I think I'm going to take a break and just hang out in Turks for 3 months. No, sir. He has verses to give out. Okay? Sexy Red, she needed a verse to add on to that hot trash that she created the other day. Camila Cabello, there you go, shorty. Let's get some of that Spanish flavor going on over there. Let's go. All right. And then through the dust, through the dawn, through our request, Drake linked up with the Toronto Mandem. Okay. Not Toronto artist, the Mandem. So let's go over here. Oh, there's a lyric video of it now too. Perfect. Wah Gwan Delilah. So Drake comes out with a song, or he jumped on a feature on a song that was already created, a remake to a song by the White Tees. Okay, I'm not all into the whole white music stuff, but I do know the song. Okay, but I'm not going to give you the in-depth history breakdown of the White Tees and their song and all that. Okay, I don't know. I don't even care. But SnowD4y, spelled with a foul, came out with a song, and Drake decided to feature. Wah Gwan Delilah.
Wah Gwan Delilah, what's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, tonight you look so bad. Oh yes, you do. Don't I square, don't shine as bright as you.
Now, here's the problem that I have with people. Everybody was ready to jump on the man's skin. Hold on, let me just add joint down to earth to this right here.
Hey, yo, bless up. What you saying, brother?
I'm here. Where you at? You in Jamaica or something, fam?
Yeah, I got the jersey, man. Representing all the time. So,
okay,
I'm gonna go straight at it with that track, man. That's like a mark of the culture. I know Drake got away with it, but that's like, my background. So like that's just garbage, pure garbage. He could have got anyone else from Toronto who's a established artist to give them some light. He done it before, but come on, man.
I don't know if that was the point.
Yeah, I know. Reverse psychology he's doing, right?
Because like he did this song, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have one with a serious artist, like a real song on the way.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but look, after the battle, after all of this, which he lost to Kendrick, he comes out with this and Sexy Red. You're the same one ripping him for Sexy Red. Remember that track, Sexy Red? Yes. Now this.
Okay, well, that Sexy Red song, in my opinion, that should have been a parody. Right? To me, the reason that song pissed me off is because that was actually a real song. We were supposed to take that seriously on some type of level.
And like, continue with the buffoonery.
Yeah, so that pissed me off. This right here, I can tell intentionally is for jokes.
All right. So now, with the battle, you believe that was a battle? You believe that was a battle?
Which battle now?
Do you believe that Drake has ghostwriters or no? Yes or no?
Oh, you got a different topic from me.
That's what I'm giving you, man, because this is the battle. Hip hop.
Okay, hold on, side topic for a second.
He's a great artist, Drake, but hip hop we're talking right now. Do you believe he has ghostwriters?
Yeah, well, it's not about me believing he has ghostwriters or not. Like, it's been proven. But is it for everything?
No, not for everything. I don't believe for everything. But do you believe he has ghostwriters?
No, it's not up to me to believe it. It's been proven. Like, the references came out to Mob Ties. The references came out to I forgot the name of the intro song from Views there, or not? Yeah, from Views. Or no, sorry. From If You're Reading This Is Too Late, the intro song from that came out. There's other songs that came out from before that. 10 bands. You know, we know that ghostwriters are there in the camp or outside of the camp.
You're the lawyer, so now, right? You're the defense, right? I'm the prosecution, and he has a couple charges on him right now. A couple charges that he has ghostwriters. You're
Okay.
OG, man. You're hip hop. I'm hip hop too, OG. When you hear about all these reference tracks, that's why he's losing the respect in America right now. Fully. That's why they're clowning him right now even more. And this track doesn't help what he's doing with even if it's a parody or anything, it's not helping.
So are you saying that now that this whole battle has come out, plus the more ghostwriting allegations, or I guess more ghostwriting references, that he's looked at it under a different microscope? Like, his next move has to be towards the battle?
He should just do some R&B songs and forget the hip hop. Maybe that's what he should do.
Oh, that's not fair, fam. You can't not be a rapper anymore. Then if he can't be a rapper,
no, I'm not saying
reference
he can't be
song,
a rapper, but you should try to just do something else for a bit.
Well, the same goes. If he can't be a hip hop artist because of the fact that he has some references out, then if everybody's references were to come out, then there'd be a big hole in the hip hop industry.
Yes, I believe so. Sorry, you got to do it. You got to do a cleansing. Sorry.
Like I'm even saying mans like Kendrick. You'd be like, you know what, Kendrick,
Yeah,
you're
he has
disqualified
some
too.
Yeah, I see what. To be fair, he has some. I looked up some credits, right? But
Everybody
now I'm
does it, man.
I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, right? People accuse Drake to be an industry plant.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I got the evidence, 100%. But I will disclose that a little bit later. You guys
do
can
it
come on
now
the channel and check out a little preview. I got that 100% industry plan.
I seen you cooking over there with the boy J Diggz.
Yeah, proof in the pudding. All the timelines and even the beef. Hey, tell people that's the first beef Drake had.
With J Diggz?
Yeah, J Diggz. That's one of his first beefs. Way back before he was signed to Cash Money.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was right after it could have been right after the Aristo beef. Before the Page beef.
Yes. That's the first beef.
Man had a lot of beefs before he blew up. Hey?
Yeah, but that beef was about a girl. And that beef was probably about the style jacking.
They just both light skinned, bro. And I will tell J Diggz that himself. Because J Diggz wasn't a singer.
Listen, I got it, man.
You're like, there's one thing you can make.
Be fair, Drake was inspired by a lot of people, but especially that cat. He was very inspired by J Diggz, 100%. He was doing Degrassi when J Diggz was almost like he was getting American features.
Yeah,
he basically should have been what you call Drake right now. What happened? He disappeared, stopped writing, stopped rapping, went underground producing.
He's a director now.
2011, Drake takes off.
Yeah, but the reason that Drake is because Drake can go rap a whole bunch of shit, whether you got a ghostwritten or not, and then turn around and do a R&B, give you a whole R&B medley.
Yeah,
not many people can do that.
He was versatile too. He done dance hall and stuff. J Diggz very versatile artist.
But can he sing?
I think he could sing. I think he could. Yeah.
Sing. Like, there's one thing to be able to hold a hook, like how Nas, Street Dreams are made of these, right? That sounds good, but like, you're gonna do a full R&B song with verses and stuff like that, and put somebody in their feelings and shit.
Okay,
like that's a whole other skill set.
He got other people to sing for him, but we're talking hip hop now. In the lines of hip hop and the whole melody stuff and the style and there's other stuff I got.
Was he influential? Even though he might have influenced Drake, let's say he influenced Drake.
Mm.
Was he himself influential past Drake?
No.
Because if Drake is his clone, then the clones that Drake has created from the stuff that J Diggz doesn't do, and this is with all due respect to J Diggz, because I talked to J Diggz as well. Like that's the homie, right? I don't want to sound like I'm dissing him, but Drake is an extremely talented individual, man, and he has so many Drake clones that have come off over the last 10 years. It's ridiculous. Like it's to the point where there's like a term for it. You're Draking. I can hear somebody do something, and I'm like, you're Draking right now. You're trying to do the Drake impression.
But let's be fair. He set the blueprint. J Diggz started 2004, right? Mm-hmm. Drake was in Degrassi. They're about the same age, 37. Mm-hmm. Drake didn't get on really in the spotlight till 2006, 2 years after the brother, right?
Roughly more like 2008, 2009.
2000, even worse, right? J Diggz was one of the first hip hop artists from Toronto with quality videos, where I actually, besides Cardinal Official, he was doing big things. He done an 18-city Canadian tour with The Game. Right. So how much Canadian artists do that? And featuring with a lot of people from America. How much Canadian artists do that? So Drake for sure was watching him. And just took it to America, came back with the remix.
Yeah, it doesn't
People do
help
your
that
research. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. You do the judgment, or come on the page, and watch what I got.
No, J Diggz is goated, man. Let me see if I could pull up some.
No one talks about him.
You see, the thing is, he went so underground with it that you don't even really see him out, and he don't push the agenda like that. Like,
he's a director now. That's why.
But there's like some old school heads that they'll never let it go that they had their songs from back in the days. So when they do that, you can't help but to always have that in your mind. Oh, that wind is crazy. Holy.
Yeah. So, I'm going to let you go with that. But the ghostwriting and that new track, I don't know. I don't know about that. That people are feeling it, but I'm coming from Jamaican culture, that's whack. If I was to do something like with the Jewish culture, it would be anti-Semitic. You get what I mean? Like, I'm tired of all these people using that I don't know what that is, what they're trying to target. It just sounds ridiculous.
Before you go, though, big tune.
Drake too. Remember, he has a track with Drake, and his name's not listed in the credits.
A lie.
You can look on the reels. Yeah. It's a remix.
You see, I can understand why the comparison is there, because also just by the look.
Keep looking.
they both look alike. They could have made a group together. These guys, if they're in a group together, holy shit. I don't know, man. Their light skinness would cancel each other out, man.
It's not just the light skin, though. It's not just the light skin. Even how he dresses, too.
Oh, man.
I got Drake's demo coming. I got his demo coming. Watch.
Oh. I gotta load back up my sound effects machine for these lives, bro. Jeez.
Got the demo coming, man. This is gonna be more than that Snow, whatever DY. This is something. Trust me. 4 tracks. Like an EP.
Yeah, hey, listen, let me hear it behind the scenes, brother.
Yeah. To be continued. Respect.
For sure. You done know, family.
Yes.
Big salute to Sean Myrie, man. Down to Earth Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to their channel, Down to Earth Podcast Network. Okay, they're on YouTube as well as listening platforms. Big salute to the boy Sean Myrie. Let's continue here with our deep dive into Wah Gwan Delilah. Top left. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a breakdown, word by word. Obviously, and listen, this is not for the people who are from Toronto in the audience here. Okay, this is maybe also for the reproduction of this video later on for the Americans who will tap in and be like, what do these words mean? What does it mean? I'm just giving an explanation for them. Y'all already know. All right. Wah Gwan. All right. What's up? If I could put subtitles on the bottom. Hello.
Toronto City, I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, tonight you look so bad, oh yes you do. The night square don't shine as bright as you. Top left, top left.
Top left. Top left. Okay? For real.
Wah Gwan Delilah, you live for it's such a mission. I could finesse my way on a transit, but nowadays these guys are dissing. Are you dumb?
Let me explain. I could finesse my way on the transit, but nowadays these guys are dissing. Okay? You know, when he's trying to finesse his way through the transit, maybe get through the turnstile, and then they stop him and say, yo, you're getting a ticket, dude. You gotta pay. You gotta pay. Yo, you're dissing, fam. How you diss the man them, bro? Make the man them have to pay. Jeez. Are you dumb?
I got my Presto with no French. Kick me off, yeah, branch. Oh.
Let's go back. I scanned my Presto with no funds. Un momento. I drive now, right? So, well, I've been driving, but I stopped driving for a second. And during that time when I stopped driving, I got myself one of these. A Presto card. All right. For the people who live outside of the States, a transit card. You put some money on it. Boop. Get on the train. Got to go to Saga. No funds. They kick me off. You get brunched. Gurked. That's another word that might not be a good explanation. You're gonna get packed out.
Oh, don't you be acting mean. No, there's a 40 in my jeans. And oh,
I seen the Joe Button podcast earlier today, and when the man said there's a 40 in my jeans, somebody said, "Oh, whoa, hey, yo." Just because it's the song that Drake's on it, and he's not talking no pause shit. I think people could just use their brain and their hip hop logic where he's talking about a 40 caliber pistol. Like, calm down. Talk about illegal firearms.
oh, your shorty wants to reach. So these are my
Reach. So your shorty wants to come over. Let me give you all a quick explanation of the word come. Pause. Ayo. I think just like y'all in the States, we don't use the word come over here. Pause. Ayo. So instead of using come over, and I think a lot of this, you know, stems from mans who were in jail and stuff like that. I know from my time inside, you're not saying the word come on range, right? Yo, fam, come here. So what, you want to get slapped out, bro? Yo, forward. Yo, reach. And you know what Down to Earth is saying? Yes, a lot of this is Jamaican slang that has been taken and morphed into different ways of pronunciations and stuff that the Toronto people have done. Low key, when I first moved to Toronto, because I'm from Montreal originally, when I first moved to Toronto, I thought shit was weird out here. I'm not going to lie to you. I got here and I was like, why everybody Jamaican? Like, that was my first impression when I really started to dig in and start to learn about the culture. Right, Road to Success as Miskeen. Yes, over the years, the Somalian culture has seeped in and their words started to go into the Toronto slang. But when I first got here in the 90s, I was just like, the white girls are Jamaican, the Indian people are Jamaican, the Jamaicans are Jamaican, everybody Jamaican or one Jafaican. That was my impression. Over the years, I've, assimilated and become a Toronto man myself to a degree. And, just naturally, I just find myself saying different things. Going to jail really helped with the word come, pause, ayo. And now I don't even see I'll say, yo, come here. I'll say that. But for the most part, when I'm talking to the man, them, I'll say, yo, forward or reach. All right. None of that Diddy shit. Them loose talks.
Mary Jean. Wah Gwan Delilah, no, I'm late cause there's bad traffic.
There's a lot of traffic, okay? Bear, B-A-R-E. Another word for a lot. I don't think it's that complicated.
Show my dog your Grammy, said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so cheap.
Damn. I hate when that happens. So let me explain. I just showed my dog your gram. Yo, bro, you see this girl I met on Instagram? I was talking to on the gram. I was just DMing her. Yo, check out her profile page. Okay? I just showed my dog your gram. And he said he knows a man that slapped it. Fucking cheesed, bro. Damn. So I think you get it. He knows a man that already hit. His homies putting him on, said, yo, fam, I know a guy who, one of the homies already hit that back in the days. Like, just proceed with caution. And now he's cheesed. Now he's upset.
Your mademoiselle nights are geeked. I'm bent low key.
Your mademoiselle nights are geeked. I'm bent low key. That one right there, I might need a little bit of help with. I might get this one wrong. I'm going to jump off the deep edge and put her in the Telly Things category. The mademoiselle. Right? Her mademoiselle nights are geeked. So I guess she got a lot of customers. And now he's bent. He's upset. Low key. You can't tell everybody's upset. Like, damn. She's for the streets? Yeah. Go get you some, bro. That's why his friend had to show him. That girl, one of my homies slapped that already, bro. Don't worry about that, fam. Just use it. It's a thing.
Wah Gwan Delilah, double date me if you like me. Brought my chronom for your bestie. Sorry, he's wearing a shiesty. He's not beat.
Okay, he's not beat. Allow him. See, I'm getting too deep in the weeds now because I'm using Toronto words or Toronto slang to explain Toronto slang. Let me take allow him first and explain that to allow him. A shortened version of allowing him. Just let him be. Allow him. Okay? For the Americans, you're welcome. Now, obviously, we figured out Cronum. That's like a version of broski, different things like that, on the Crip side. But everybody use Cronum. You don't have to be a Crip to use Cronum. I don't think. Okay, don't quote me on that one, right? If you're a blood and you're running around saying, yo, Cronum, I don't know. That might be a violation. Okay? So just if you're in the 6 and you got red rags all over and you're like, yo, let me see if I could use Cronum in a sentence. You just might want to refrain from that. But Cronum, right? Your bro. So you brought a Cronum for her bestie. Okay, they're going on a double date. Sorry, he's wearing a shiesty mask. Okay, his homie that I'm seeing this like dinner date that these guys are having, the double date. 2 sweet shorties on the other side, and then Drake walking in with his light skin ass. and his brethren, probably with a hoodie on, okay, with the strings tied, and a shiesty. And it's like middle of July. It's like 35 degrees Celsius, which would probably be around the 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And he's got the shiesty, but he's not beat. Let me explain. Let me take this damn hot hoodie off, because I'm not one of them niggas who could just have no body temperature. I don't understand these shiesty niggas, bro. Beat meaning he's not broke. He's not a broke nigga. He's not like sleeping on a couch somewhere or something like that. He's not beat. He just likes to wear the shiesty. He's a guy. See, there again, using Toronto slang to explain Toronto slang. He's a stepper. He might have a gun on him, but he's not beat. He gets money out here. He's not a brokey. Okay, y'all understand? We can continue.
It's just too smoky in these streets. You're looking sweet.
Oh, see, a compliment after that explanation. A compliment. This is why Drake's a nice guy. This is why he gets over so well. It's just the manners, right? He has a lot of manners. You know what I'm saying? Brought-upsy. Again, using Toronto slangs to explain Toronto slang. He's been brought up really well. He seems to have manners instilled in him. And he explains. Basically off of what I just explained to you guys right there. The man has a shiesty mask. He's not a brokey. He's just a stepper. Okay? It's just too smoky in the streets. So I gotta roll with this nigga. You know how it gets outside. Right? What did it say? 007 Media says shiesty and vest, bulletproof vest. Yes! Hella hot. The thick bulletproof vest and shit. Listen, I know you can't see his face, shorty, but he's a really, really nice guy. Okay? He can cook a crazy pate. Mess with him. Fuck with my boy. Okay? He's good to go. And then after all that, a compliment. By the way, did I let you know that you're looking sweet? Continue, Drizzy.
Oh, don't you be acting mean.
Don't be acting mean.
No, there's a 40 in my jeans. And oh,
the ad-lib is crazy.
Oh, your shorty wants to read. So these are my Camry jeans. Wah Gwan Delilah, people.
So, peeped your body from afar. I don't understand why how you cannot like this song. Downter said microwave music. But fam, this is the equivalent to, and I don't want to diss the homie, big salute to Snow Day, but this is more like Weird Al Yankovic. You know what I should do? Let me take you all down the deeper wormhole. My mouse is acting stupid today. 1 second. I'm going to show y'all something. Let's go over to Snow Day's Instagram page. Oh, don't be acting mean. There's a 40 in my jeans. Big salute. When I first heard it, don't get me wrong, I was like, what are you guys doing? What's happening here? What's really happening here? But when you get to take a look and listen to Snow Day's verse first, it's not a song to be taken seriously. Okay? Where seriously to the degree where it's like, fam, what are you doing with this music? I need better bars from you. Like, if Drake was to get on this song and then start just double timing it, it'd be like, bro, yo, okay. I think Drake might have some kind of mental issues going on. All right, so let's get some volume on this.
Let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
Yo, mind on every security again. That me piss, cheese, bang. Each gear let go and put down that skirt. That bitch gon' leave with a dent. That's not a threat, that's cement. Like, what? You're back from the ends. Talk about push it. I push more PD in your friends.
Give me some more content.
So what if a man like Jake came up to you and be like, yo, let me get that track. Let me get that Wah Gwan Delilah song. What do you do?
If he tries to teeth it for his ones?
Yeah.
For his ones. If he try to teeth it for his ones, and look what homie's wearing. Okay, I don't want to, take the cat out the bag or whatever. Like, he's actually, his fit is pretty good. I don't think he's exaggerating.
Broski.
Or like, let's say, let me collab.
A collab, I might do a local collab, but he has to come on it neatly. You see him saying? If he comes with something like, I better find your loving, you're not running that, broski.
Yo, you come with some soft shit, you're not having
some soft shit, we're not running that, bro.
So he has to come on like
you gotta
demon.
come with something, yeah.
You gotta come on like
Delilah. You know what I'm saying? Fire.
Oh man. He already said like before, like, yo, if he's gonna do a feature with Drake, you better come correct, bro. You better forward with the real things, fam, with the shit.
Just fill the water.
I think you need 1 cup, man. There's too many.
Right? He's the guy that if Drake says let's do a feature, he's like, yeah, we'll do it on one condition. Yeah, it's comedy.
So what if a man like Jake came up to
what else we got?
Like Tarzan, I am always on the chain. Always on the chain. I'm on your block like where you at. These inside like Carson. My kicks are wet from trapping in the rain. Like
oh man, I need to see that again.
Tarzan, I am always on the chain. Always on the chain. I'm on your block like where you at.
The backup is freaking hilarious. On the chain.
These inside like Carson. My kicks are wet from trapping.
They stay inside like Kaisenat. Inside ass nigga.
In the rain.
Right? They're outside trapping in the rain. Perfect usage of the green screen. Man's getting half of his face blocked out in the green screen.
Like Tarzan.
Oh no, that's the mic. Oh, they redid the microphone thing. Sick when you do that, fam.
Mandem's reaction to homie getting a Drake feature.
No, I'm late cause there's bad traffic. I just show my Yo, who is this? Who is this, Jacko? Who is it? Drake! It's Drake! It's Drake! It's Drake! It's fucking Drake!
Yo, this type of stuff brings me joy. I'm not gonna lie. When I see stuff like this, I'm not even looking at like Drake coming with some super powerful next response to Kendrick right now. Have some fun. Let people get in touch with what the youth be up to in Toronto culture. Because in the end of the day, no matter what, this is the youth. You know what I mean? The kids, this is how a lot of kids talk over here. You can see these guys over here. They're not spoofing. I'll play it again. Run it again.
Mandem's reaction to homie getting a Drake feature.
Even the freaking person who's doing the voiceover thing, who changed their voice for the voiceover for TikTok. Mandem's reaction to homie getting a Drake feature.
Lila, no, I'm late cause there's bad traffic. I just show my Yo, who is this? Who is this, Jacko? Who is it? Drake! It's Drake!
These two kids, they're not doing a parody skit right now. This is how they talk. This is Toronto youth. Okay? This is how the kids them are moving these days. This is how they, when I was on the TTC more times and I'm doing it right now more times. I'm a Toronto man.
So cheap. You're madam.
Who's that? Who's that?
That's fucking. It's fucking Drake. It's Jake. Go back.
Man,
You see it?
You're fucking lying.
Oh, are you parked up right now?
Yeah, why?
Okay, good. Stay parked up for a couple minutes. Just stay parked up.
I got my presto with no phone. I'm late cause there's bad traffic.
Who's that? Who's that?
I'm so cheap.
Yes.
No way.
I swear to God.
This is bless. Watch the man's followers right now. If I can go delve into his followers, Nosy Ricky, Nosy Ricky. I know we have some people in common in this bit of the ditch. My mouse is gonna start acting. Drop it 1 second, gang. Let's get it right. Because I swear when I was looking at man's page before, I was like, what's Flacco doing in there? Is that the poetic one sitting in there? Is that the 22-ster sitting in there? Man's in there encroaching. And listen, this is not the only thing that he's doing. I've had a conversation with Justin Hunt. I'll actually play that in a minute. As soon as I finish being nosy over here. I swear I seen. Oh, you know what I should just do? I could just do a search. Poetic. Poetic Flacco. No Adam 22. Is Champagne Poppy in there? Is Drake follow this nigga? Okay, you better follow this nigga, bro. That would be, you'd be dissing if you have a song with him and you're not actually following the kid too. Let me check out one more thing. What else we got in here?
Who's the best artist in Toronto?
I have to say the #1 top spot final boss, last level final boss, last stage. I say probably
That's an ode to Mula First right there.
Alicia Cara. #2 is a man like SnowD4y, and #3 is a man like GGGz, Abby Graham himself. You see what I'm saying? You know that one song Drake made is called oh, what you do to me? Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Who's the best?
I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying to seeing Toronto culture getting a spotlight. I ain't mad at it. All right. So people in the States were mad. Holy shit. Oh my God. The cultural appropriation. What is this? Drizzy Marley. Drake faking Jamaican again. Oh my God. What is he doing? Let's see. Wah Gwan. What does even Wah Gwan mean? Wah Gwan Delilah. I'm not even spelling today. Delilah. Reactions. Let's go to the reactions. Look at this man's face. You could already tell where he's not gonna like this shit.
Drake. Say it ain't so, Drake. This nigga done came out with another track?
This is No Life Shaq, okay? His channel got 4 million subs on it. So he's obviously one of the bigger reaction guys.
Everybody's sending me this, bro. Who is this? Who? SnowD4y? What is this? Wah Gwan Delilah.
Don't kill me, bro. He was struggling to read that one right there. You sound like me reading a news article, bro.
Man, what the hell is this, man?
I know.
Yo, I can't even read the title. I'm a nigga. I can't read this title. Is this Jamaican? What is this?
Yo. Just yo, react to the ting, bro. Just play the tune, fam.
Yo, Wah Gwan Delilah.
So I said it right.
Wah Gwan Delilah, what's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers.
What in the backyard is what in the what is that?
He's low key not mad at the song. He's doing his reaction. He's doing his job. Okay, he's being very animated with it, but he's not mad at the song. He low key likes it.
I ain't,
You like the song, Shaq?
I'm not doing this, bro. He's saying the way in the.
But girl, tonight.
Hey, y'all can't fool me. Y'all been sending me too many laughing emojis, bro. Y'all like, I'm not. No. I don't even, bro. And it's 3 minutes. Almost 4 minutes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm here for Drake, man.
What's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, tonight you look so bad. Oh yes, you do.
No way.
The night square don't shine as bright as you.
Drake is not on this.
Top left. Wah Gwan Delilah, you.
The man's face is just he's befuddled. He's trying to decipher. It's like somebody listening to Chinese, but it's English.
Live for it's such a mission. I could finesse my way on a transit, but nowadays these guys are.
He got real complicated from right there. Watch his brain. Watch the little reactors in his brain going. It's about to explode. Watch this. When SnowD4y started flipping it, getting really in his bag. Watch it.
You live for it's such a mission. I could finesse my way on a transit, but nowadays these guys are dissing. Are you dumb?
He's saying the what? What? Y'all got it, bro. 2024 is not real, bro. I'm convinced.
It's happening.
We are living in a matrix right now, man. There's no way this is real. No way. You, bro.
No, get to the Drake parts.
In my jeans. And oh, you shorty wants to reach. So these are my.
Don't you be acting mean. There's a 40 in my jeans. I can't. Pop. What is Pop, please. Pop. Please, what is this, Pop? Pop. You telling me I gotta go listen to you to this? What is this?
He's loving it.
What is this? I don't even
get to the Drake part.
Marriage. Knows a man that's slap. No, I'm late cause there's bad traffic. I just showed my dog your Grammy. Said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so
Drake, that's Drake.
Get him, Drizzy.
No, it's real. No.
Yeah.
No, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Drake. Bro, that's Drake. I know this nigga fake accent anywhere. Ain't no accent you can sell me. Ain't nothing.
Oh, here we go with the Kendrick bar. Ain't no accent you could sell me. Ha, ha, ha.
To say, or whatever he said.
Wah Gwan Delilah, no, I'm late cause there's bad traffic. I just showed my dog your Grammy. Said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so cheesed. Your mademoiselle nights are geeked. I'm bent low key. Wah Gwan Delilah, double date me if you like me. Brought my chronom for your bestie. Sorry, he's wearing a shiesty. He's not beat.
This is it. This is what's going on, bro. You have to accept it. Okay, bro? It's fine. Mashing up is fitted. Holy smokes, man.
Nah, dog. Nah, man, no.
I know. I just want to go over there and just pat him on the back, bro. Like it's fine, bro. You'll be fine, bro. You'll be all right, man. You'll be fine, bro.
Yo. Oh my God.
Because low-key, everybody's waiting for Drake to come back with like the song that tears Kendrick's head off once and for all. Finally, our GOAT came back and did what he was supposed to. It's not time for that, fam. Summertime. We're trying to have fun, fam. Get all the beef shit off of me, man.
Yo, y'all, bro, somebody better come out and say this fake. But hey, boy, Drake, please.
You know one thing, Drake, he posted this in his stories. So he did co-sign it. It wasn't like, for the people who were wondering if it was AI, he did post it in the stories to give it the official stamp. However, he hasn't spoken about anything. So you're not going to hear Drake say like, listen, fam, the boy SnowD4y, you know, I had to link up with him and these are the reasons why, Maybe if he does an interview, what we love hip hop, then you'll be able to get a more long form explanation from the boy. But for now, you got to, you know, go through the captions. You know, you might get you're not even getting an Instagram post, to be honest. You're getting Instagram stories. Okay? Drake ain't got no time for y'all. He's not even trying to avoid beef. He's just like, I'm moving on. It's getting hot outside. Niggas got shot outside of my house. What's fun to do? Let's do some fun stuff.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening.
Mike, check. Justin Hunt, it's all happening. Thank you guys for rocking with the channel. We're having a good time over here. And thank you to everyone who's been supporting get the contest on the socials.
Rap about girls, do that. That's what you're good rapping about.
Here's a clip. Conversation, presumably that one as well. All right, it's all happening. Now, at the onset of the battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, an old Lil Wayne clip resurfaced from presumably around the time Drizzy first signed to Young Money Cash Money. In that conversation, Wayne describes some of the advice he gave in the beginning. Here's a clip.
I was the one to tell him, don't change anything. Don't think because you're coming over here by me that you got to start rapping about the things I rap about. Don't do none of that. Please rap about your little TV show, whatever you want to rap about. Rap about girls, do that. That's what you're good at. I was like, don't come, because, you know, of course, it's only natural for you to come over and just think, you know, if I'm with Wayne, then I'm gonna rock like Wayne, you know. And so I rap about what I rap about, and you know, so that was one of the main things I had to tell him from the jump. Like, hey, don't change anything. Don't start singing about killing nobody. Don't start singing about the streets.
Yeah, talk about what you know. Yeah.
Yeah, like, keep it Canadian, man.
Keep it.
Rap about your little TV show. Keep it Canadian, man. Great advice. I mean, in art and in life, authenticity is king, and Weezy understands that. Sometimes I find myself questioning how much I really know about Drake, given how little he shares or seems to share about his real life in his music, but undoubtedly he's evolved since that conversation. But now, in the aftermath of that battle with Kendrick Lamar, certain accusations are resonating louder than ever. For example, when Kendrick said this isn't a 20v1, this is a 1v20 if I gotta slap niggas that right with you, since convincing a population the head was actually collapsed on the chart, might I add. It's a remix of Hey Delilah by the Plain White T's, which went #1 in 2006. This version is created by...
Perfect. Thank you. This is where the real journalist can come in and give you all the explanations. All right. Thank you, Justin.
Wah Gwan Delilah. It's a remix of Hey Delilah by the Plain White T's, which went #1 in 2006. This version is created by a Toronto artist named SnowD4y, and Drake is on the track. Here's a clip.
Wah Gwan Delilah, no, I'm late because there's bare traffic. I just showed my dog your...
Yo, hold on. Yo, SnowD4y, if you get copyright notices for this right here, release the copyrights, fam, because I'm running this song enough times during the stream, family.
He said he knows...
Allow me, brethren.
And I slapped it, I'm so cheesed.
Now, the internet was not happy at all with this track because Drake is rocking another accent, which immediately reminds people of when Kendrick said, "There's no accent you can sell me." The memes are wild. Here's one with Angela from The Office with a Jamaican sign on her head. Here's a picture of Rachel Dolezal. Here's Homer Simpson. Now, on surface level, this looks super lame bodega, almost like Drake is lost. What is he doing? But there's more going on.
The man said it looks super lame bodega. Ah, a whole bodega of lame, Justin. Oh, damn, that's rough.
Shout out to my brother Ricky Dredd from We Love Hip Hop, Canada's flyest hip hop culture platform. I asked him what's going on with this track, and he broke it down.
OVO lawyer.
Here's Ricky.
On first listen to the verse, or if you hear the verse in an isolated form, it may sound like Drake might be on some culture vulture type things. However, when you really delve a little bit deeper and you get into the Toronto culture a little bit more, this is Drake doing a parody right now, paying homage to all the different Toronto content creators who do comedy out here, who do a lot of different comedy skits where they exaggerate the Toronto accent. And, you know, they just make really funny skits where they do roadman type things or just really crazy skits where they make fun of the Toronto accent and exaggerate it to the most. So when you hear Drake talking about there's bear traffic and all the different ways that he's exaggerating the accent in this song, it's not to be taken as a serious song or something that could be put in the catalog to be analyzed. It's just all in fun. So big salute to SnowD4y, big salute to all the different content creators out here like Dem Dogs, even Plush. Okay, so
word up. I appreciate that. Now, here's a clip of Drake actually doing that before. This is
See, you're welcome, Americans.
Is from
I was about to say Yankees, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, because that's what we call Americans. If you're in America and you're in the South, you're calling a specific type of American Yankees more times, or you're talking specifically about New Yorkers. Okay, but us here in Canada, when we describe Americans, or when we would be talking about Americans, we'd be like, yo, the Yankee man them. Okay, we just put y'all on one whole thing. Y'all all Yankees in this bitch. But salute to Justin Hunt. I'm not calling him a Yankee. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Randy.
Entertainment about 7 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? 3 out of 10 for sure. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Siskel and Ebert thing, dog. Trust me.
10? You can't just last with that 10, bro.
Allowing you is not a 10, though. You mean?
Yo, Drizz.
That's not
bro,
allowing
just
you.
give it that 10, bro. It's a random, bro. Just give it that 10 and done, bro.
You don't rate the film a 10? That's what you're telling Tyco, bro? That's what you're telling Tyco, bro?
It's a tree, though,
bro. It's not a tree,
It's
bro.
a
You
tree.
know it's a 10,
Yo,
bro.
bro, no.
Yo, Drake, bro. You know it's a 10, bro. Yo, my God. You know,
yo, it's a tree. Yo, bro, it's a tree. No forest.
So essentially,
Jilly Bean, I'm old as shit.
The masses while celebrating Toronto youth culture. And from that perspective, I support this track wholeheartedly. I mean, one thing that became abundantly clear during Kendrick Lamar's Shakespearean Shakedown was that Toronto was not unified behind Drake. They weren't unified behind the boy. In a sense, he's a man without a base. And in that context, Wah Gwan Delilah is an olive branch to his native land. Like Lil Wayne told him to do years ago. He's keeping it Canadian, highlighting their culture, leaning into it. And I support that 100%.
See, he supports it. He supports it. All right. Duncan 02 has an evasive question. Wants to know how old I am. I'm in my late 40s. Okay. Put it that way. I'm not 55 years old like they say on Reddit. I'm not 82 years old like they say on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yo, Friday, you're friggin' 105 years old. Why don't you hang it up? Well, so what? You're just gonna talk about the man them? You're 80. Yeah, I get paid to do this shit, dummy. Anywho, who's that? Who's that? Man, like DJ Czar, Borough Sounds. Salute to DJ Czar. Speaking of DJ Czar, he was out last night with us. We were outside. Okay, and salute to Drake. Okay, salute to SnowD4y. Big tune. If we can get that SnowD4y interview locked in, I will definitely be putting it up on the member section of the channel. dropping some clips from it early on some Vlad shit, and that's what we're gonna do. All right. Let's move on though. Let us move on. Last night, I was outside. I was on roads. I was doing roads. Okay, for the Toronto people who understand the lingo. I was doing roads last night.
Ready for some real hip hop tonight? Big to be on, y'all. I said.
Big salute to Dusty Wallace also. You know, we were both up there hosting the show for Bishop Brigante. It was a charity event, you know, for his cancer recovery. Very, very dope event. Big salute to the boy Bishop Brigante.
Can y'all make some noise if y'all ready for some real hip hop tonight?
I told you just a couple of things though.
Now here one also. This is kind of a bougie jam. I'm kind of not feeling it too tough. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be transparent with the audience here. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to go viral. Oh, no. I guess.
Oh yes, I am wearing the same hoodie from last night.
Because when we're in a pop event, usually people are in the front. I see sweat flying. I'm seeing hands waving. But it's kind of looking like a stush, screw-face capital type of thing that's going on.
Yo, Zach, talk about it if you got time.
That's how I'm feeling. Shame on y'all for the support the artists. Support the people who are out here making these beats. Go to the studio. Making these rhymes. Okay? It takes guts to get up on the stage and talk in front of motherfuckers.
So respect it. Just to finish my sentence right there. And right here, I put in the caption there, Screwface Capital. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe y'all have the same problem going on in your cities, for whatever cities that you're in. When you got local shows going on, and listen, don't get me wrong, near the end of the show, everybody was at the front. Everybody was having an amazing time. But there's this thing that happens in Toronto, no matter what type of event it is, unless, I'm not going to say with everything, because I've been to a lot of shows where the show's packed wall to wall. There's no choice but to be at the front, okay? But there's a lot of events where you go to these events and, sorry, my nose is sweating. Everybody's playing the wall. They're too cool for school. They like what's going on the stage, because when you come off stage, they were like, yo, that was pretty dope still. And when you said this and when you said that, yo, do that again. Very dope. So you heard everything that I said, but you were on the wall. You weren't in front. You're too stush. You're too good to be up in the front. I'm not feeling that. It's 2024. We're not doing that no more. And there was a lot of old heads in attendance still playing that old, I'm too cool, and I also rap, so I'm not going to be in front acting like a fan. We can be fans and still be doing the things that we do in the culture. I'm going to play something for y'all and then go get the door.
Life. You understand? Anybody who's here today and managed to see another day, give thanks for your life. But if you have strength and you have life and you have energy and goodness in your heart, then come downstairs and show some love for my bro Bishop for his life. See? So this is just me inviting everybody in here. I love the vibes. I've seen everybody from every part of the city, from all different eras, all different vibes. And what we're gonna do, I'm only saying it one more time. After that, more time, if you want disrespect, you could. But all of us.
How Cardinal had to be in the front telling people, you know what I'm saying? Cardinal, with his legendary self, has to come to the front and be like, yo, what are we doing over here? This is a benefit for the man's life. Stop playing the wall and playing so cool.
Come down here into the crowd so we can enjoy what Bish and his son is about to do. Because if there's one thing that I learned coming up in the city, you know what I mean, from anybody that know me, it doesn't matter which area you come from, more time, it's all about the city love at the end of the day. And if anybody that got anywhere in the city are the people that weren't haters that showed love. So tonight, a lot of you motherfuckers are grown as shit. Some even have grandkids. Come on for the fuckery. Right now, we are getting together on some grown man shit. And we are going to show love to Bishop for his life. You understand what I'm saying? This is a man that I love and respect, honor, And you know what I'm saying? More time I had to make sure that I was here. So big up to everybody who took time out of your lives. A lot of us survive. I know I will survive. A little louder. I will survive. I will survive. I know I will survive. I will survive. I will survive. I know I will survive.
She gives me tingles, yo. Let me go on Bishop's page. I know Bishop has a lot posted from this show as well. He's probably got enough in his stories here. Jeez, man, like Friday there. Holy. Let's go. And one thing also, when Bishop was performing, his hype man is his son. Okay, salute to Lito. Just to see the way that these guys were interacting, just the back and forth that they were doing on stage, and like you raised this little nigga, like that just too much. It warmed my cold black heart. Let's go. Salute to Richie Sosa. I think I got some better stories here. No diss to Bishops. He's doing reposts of stories. I got some exclusives from my camera to you. Let's go on to the We Love Hip Hop page. Follow us on We Love Hip Hop Network if y'all want to get some content for your head top. What do I got over here? Look to Mikey G. Holy.
The legacy only gets bigger through hard work. Only through hard work. Y'all ready? Keep that going all the time.
Talk to them, Bishop.
The legacy only gets bigger through hard work. Every in the crunch, sunshine touch together for the first time. Reverse in time, late night, hustle and grind. A shiny piece of steel of us to combine. See a mama smile for the first time in a long while. Finally, she's proud of her child. Look at big set, sign check, rep for the squad. And some kids on the block, like what those be hard. Hold on, the good athletes, got the name.
See the young buck over here with the fit? That's his son. Okay, the man's on stage doing it up, and his son is the hype man. Ask you before we start our conversation.
I know I don't got my life. Ready for some real hip fucking bomba club, Bishop. I love you, bro. Yo, I hear it. Yes, sir. Do that shit. Do it. So y'all might know where I'm from. So see, I 1 and 2. So when the 1 and 2 come out here to do a 1 and 2,
listen to Shot Claire. I'm gonna add some more stories right now as we speak in real time. IRT. I'm gonna add bear stories right now.
We about to do it like this. This is what we do when we here. Somebody make some motherfucking noise in the house right now. If you don't know how me and Bishop get down, then y'all need to know. Y'all really need to know how me and Bishop get down. When I met him the first time at this tent at some place, and he said I was a rapper, and I said I was a rapper before I was a rapper. And then we went and did it. Let's go and do something like that. Let's go.
Jeez. Yo, man, just last night.
Put your hands out like you're relaxing. What? You cruising. What, 6 more pounds? Yeah. I like a 6 more pounds.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a quick refresh because I just added a bunch of stories onto to the list over here. Let's see. I gotta get a new battery for this mouse over here.
come out here to do a 1 and 2, and only a man from Scarborough will understand when I back home. Back home. I know he's just to you down. So you know.
Salute to Republic. East was in the house, yo. Holy.
You was a tough type of man then. I bet I'm like your folks who didn't have shit. Too busy spending away. Hoping for Friday days don't pay. You knew that shit. See, I went a separate ways. Damn girl, that's it, player. Treat me like you used to do. Everything about you is brand new. You change. I know it's all hell.
Another angle of the Richie Sosa show. All right, got y'all. Jeez.
I hope today will be a good day. I hope today will be a good day.
What's my next slide? I don't even know what I put in there. Man, like Tona, holy, the East is in the building. One thing I will say, the sound man, salute to you, but he needed to make the sound way better. That's one thing that pissed me off. Well, then you see Mindbender in the front. Holy. Mindbender is in the front going crazy. Mr. Front Row. Hold on. Give it another refresh. I got some more.
Tona, he's there. Yo, DJ Love, me and Tona had some fun for a minute. Hey, switch back up. I didn't mean literally.
Comic Gang strong, yo.
Yeah. Let's talk about the place around everybody. Should I ask them?
Link is at the top, bro. Sounds. DJ Zard, links at the top.
Fuck that! Take money, take money. Yeah. Many places. Competition that's likely to pop a big bird up. Let's go! Tell them who the fuck I am! How many of y'all have video fact?
No. Haley, she said the crowd is dead. It's a funeral. God damn. No. It kind of looked like that from the angle there. The crowd was going crazy in there. It was a vibe. Once everybody got to the front and stopped acting so high post, it was a vibe. Definitely. My bad.
No, it's an offense, man. Hold on a second, run.
Salute to DJ Law.
That sounded cool, but it was kind of missing something. It's kind of missing something. You please start up the blue light or some shit. Check. We tried it again.
It's tripping over there.
I just need to make sure it sounds right.
You know what that is? Somebody freaking talking to me.
Having a good time. Having a great time.
Hold on. You know when you're trying to tape something, and listen, if you're hearing this, also the person who came to talk to me, don't be offended. But you know when somebody has a phone in the air and they're actually filming something? Here's the worst part, because I see Law doing this. He had his phone sideways and he was filming something. And then somebody was in his ear like, yo, Law, what do you think about this, Law? And you know, the state of hip hop. What do you think about Kendrick? You think Kendrick won the battle? You don't see the niggas filming something? Now you're in the audio. Cut that out, man. Social cues, please. Jesus Christ.
We try to turn it up a little bit. Another notch. I think so. You sure? You're ready for something like that right now? Are y'all ready for something like that?
That is annoying.
All right, let's see if he knows what we can do right here. I'm gonna say, bling like blow, and I want to hear everybody in here say, you like my style. Let's see how you guys do it. Bling like blow. Bling like blow. Bling like blow. What you think? All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Yo.
my style.
You're just in time.
Shout out to DJ Love.
Who's that? Dusty Wallace, Scary Potter.
Bling like blow. Bling like blow. Bling like blow. You like my.
Salute to Dre Specs. Oh no, sorry, that's King Smooth. Yo, Czar.
Yo.
For you as a younger buck, right?
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
Yo, it was very eye-opening because, you know, like even with the new generation, sometimes I'm 28 years old. So sometimes it seems like I'm almost the older head for like the younger kids. But now I've seen the generation right before me. And I was amazed at like how the community was so familiar with one another. Because I'm not used to like the Toronto rap scene congregating in like one building and like everyone knew each other from like 10, 20 years back. There were legends. I seen Cardinal Official just casually there, Shaw Claire, like a lot of these people, even Bishop Brigante, like a lot of them, like they were a little bit before my time, but we kind of knew about them.
Yeah.
You know? And it was pretty interesting. There were like a lot of white rappers. So shout out to Dusty Wallace. Like he did make that statement that like, yeah, like Canadian hip hop for the most part, there are a lot of white rappers, you know what I'm saying? So at the beginning I was like, damn, like, is it just white rappers? You know what I'm saying?
No, but in defense also for that aspect, Bishop knows a lot of white rappers personally as a white man.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And that was a lineup of all his personal people who's done songs with him, his homies, different shit like that.
Yeah.
Where like that scene itself, like that era, there was a lot of brothers that were and sisters that were putting on for the scene. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a predominantly white scene at that time.
Yeah, even last night, like eventually, like when as the night progressed, okay, yeah, like it wasn't as many white rappers. I guess they were the openers, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
with no disrespect to those guys, but like
no disrespect. But yo, you know what also made me realize, like, and we're kind of discussing this outside about the ceiling within Toronto hip hop, right? Because we were in a room with like a lot of accomplished rappers, a lot of accomplished artists, people who are in the industry who like maybe even actively make their living off being in the industry, but it's still very localized. Like it doesn't seem like it's that like rich, like LA, Hollywood type made it. You know what I'm saying? But like these guys made it in a lot of ways, you know?
Yes. But like I was telling you yesterday, and with the exception of Cardinal and a few other people who are still able to just tour and make some money to like, you know, pay the bills and whatever, they're not touring and doing $50,000 a show, like $50,000 a show. This is Canada. For the most part, a lot of people have other jobs that they do, or you know, they found a way to have their own business that they're working with, so that they don't have to pop up and be working at, I don't know, I don't want to say Tim Hortons or something like that, more something like at a call center, but you're like a Toronto hip hop legend that people used to watch on Much Music all the time.
Yeah.
But your monthly income is still from being a legend is not enough to make you just be able to just chill at the crib and just get the checks from SoCan. It's not like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, and as Down to Earth is saying, like they're getting royalties, like yeah, like a lot of them are legitimately established artists, whereas like the artists that maybe my generation has kind of come up watching in the Toronto scene, they might have had the clout, they might have had the notoriety, but they don't have the commercial success. And after yesterday, bro, I went on Bishop Brigante's YouTube. I watched this, like he had this gambling story series, and he had like Drake on it, he had Kanan, and like he had a lot of people who were like legitimately established within the industry, whereas I feel like the newer generation kind of wants to skip the groundwork of trying to be legit, the groundwork of going to open mics, to rap into cypher, to proving yourself.
Yep.
And they just want the clout. You know what I'm saying? But what's the point of having clout if you don't have actual like fiscal success with your music? You know what I'm saying?
I think you might be misusing the word clout in this sense here, because a lot of these guys have more than clout. They have the respect. But even with that being said, yes, you have the hip hop respect. You're a legend in the hip hop scene, but is that going to be able to feed you in the long run? But where if you're a legend in an American scene, you might be able to. That still might be able to feed you in the long run.
Facts, and I agree with the respect thing. But for example, like let's just take like the new kids mentality. If they saw Bishop Brigante and they just seen 4.75 thousand subscribers, they'd be like, who is this guy? Who's this old guy rapping? They don't know he's a legend based off just his YouTube. They don't know about the actual money he makes from music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we kind of have the optics kind of messing us up. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at necessarily the history or like the cultural impact or network that people might have. We'll just like look at the followers and look at the views, and we're like, okay, like that's what determines whether they're successful or not. It's very shallow, but
yeah. Well, I'll show you one of these. Look at this. Stories, Joe Button.
Years ago. That is wild.
He's interviewing Joe Button.
Where is it? Is this in Toronto?
I don't know.
In Joyzy?
80 grand.
80 grand?
Spades. 80 grand in spades.
And I love that.
My man, shout out to my man, I gotta say his name.
Everybody does that. Win or lose, they do the same thing. Shout out to
my man was staying in the Trump International. He was in town for 3 days. He called me up and said, yo, I'm at such and such room, bring your partner, let's fucking get on.
Cameraman is doing some rough work right there.
Even back in the day, the audio was not even a priority, because it's like you already have the camera audio and then you're throwing like music on top of it to like make a video. But it was just the fact that, yo, this is Joe Budden probably, right? It's like, who cares?
14 years ago.
The Drake one is crazy. You got to throw that one on after.
I'm throwing on now. Let's see. The one when they're in the basement with him and Young Tony?
No, the gambling story one where he was like, I forgot like what the actual story was, but it was early Drake. Like, I think like he'd already kind of made it. He was already bubbling. And even yesterday, like when we were discussing, I'm like, yo, so Drake was trying to come up in this scene. Like, we're at the rec room for Bishop Brigante. It's like, these were the peers that Drake was like competing with and trying to prove himself with, right?
He was in a group called the Wise Guys with Bishop Brigante, Johnny Rocks, Ken Masters, JD Era, and Young Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They were a power group back then, and you know, that's, I don't know, they went their separate ways, obviously, but they were a conglomerate, let's say.
Mm.
This is going back into crates, doggy.
Y'all already know who he is. Biggest artist in the world right now. Good? Don't know. Listen, so
Hold on. I'm hearing that successful beat playing right there. We ain't getting no OVO copyrights today.
So this is the Drake you remember. Like, this is what he was looking like when he was when you guys were all in the same circles.
Yeah, but I know I remember a Drake before this one.
Oh,
this is a more polished Drake.
Oh, okay.
Look at it. Listen, pause. No Diddy. Like, look at the man's hair, fam. Like, he looks like he's already trying to be an established rapper at this point.
Why,
you know what I'm saying?
He got the waves.
And Successful is out.
Okay, with Trey Songz.
Yes. Right. Actually, to be honest, that was the song that I've told this story multiple times, where Successful was the song competing against the Empire song.
Oh, did you guys have a similar type track?
Well, there was a contest going on for Flow 93.5.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
And then they had us at the Queen Elizabeth Hotel or one of those places like that. And we had to perform the songs that made it to the finals. And we were like the last two finalists that got to go to the hotel and all that and do our performance there. and it was Empire, the song Nowhere with Adam Bomb, Scandalous, and Trey the Rhyme Animal, and successful. And Trey Songz wasn't in attendance, but Drake did the successful tune, and he won.
Wow.
Obviously.
Who knows what if you guys won? Like, do you feel like you guys
would have been Drake?
That's crazy how like one instance can change like the course of history.
It was that night where it was all decided. Yeah, right. Hold on, please don't have no music playing. I want to see some of this shit, man.
We got a little bit of this. And so what it is for this segment is these are called the gambling stories. From cards, dice to life. These are the gambling stories. So first,
you know, I can't even play it.
Don't worry about but y'all should check this out because it's very interesting, and it just speaks to Bishop Brigante's like cultural impact. And even yesterday, right? And I was thinking this because I used to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying?
You still are. Stop that.
I can rap, I'll rap most of these rappers, but I've been through that, like going through open mics and trying to like prove yourself, right? And a lot of these guys I didn't know, right? So it's like, how are you gonna get someone who's never heard of you, who doesn't know who you are, to actually like rock with your music? And it's actually hard, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the reason why we rock with music is the familiarity. It's like, oh, that's 50 Cent. I know that song. So it's like, you already know that song, but imagine it's a song that you've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? And a guy you've never heard before. That stage presence. And I felt that because a lot of the old songs that people beside me were knowing, because I went to the front, you know what I'm saying? I'll show my love. I was putting my hands up like this. I don't know if you see me Friday. I was doing this. I was doing but broski, I was super active, and I was like one of the youngest guys there. And I was just by myself like Friday and Dusty were on stage. I'm standing next to like random, I don't even know who I'm standing next to. I find out these guys are like industry people. I find out I was just chilling beside Shaw Claire the whole time, like for a while. I was like, I didn't even know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was unfamiliar.
That's hilarious.
Like I'm young, like I'm not gonna give excuses. Like maybe I should be a little more privy, but like
no, it's refreshing.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shoot, there's a whole world that like I thought like the Toronto hip hop community was just like post like friggin' like a little bit before like Robin Banks and them, like more like Genghis Khan, and then like like a little bit after that. But even you guys were even before that type. You know what I'm saying?
No, Genghis Khan was part of that era too.
Oh,
he came from that era. Him and Bishop actually have songs together. They were in a group together. And just to give you some more hip hop, some Toronto hip hop history from Friday with Key Dread, they were part of a conglomerate called Slug. Scarborough Love Us Gangsters.
Slug.
Yeah. And those guys were a crew of guys that represented the Green Bray area, right? As a Scarborough man, you know where Green Bray is, right?
Green Bay Circuit, yeah.
So they're from that area, the guys from Slug, guys like Drew P, Pin, all those guys. And they had their group. It was a rap group called Slug, but it was more than a rap group. King Smooth, who was singing and rapping on stage last night, he's part of Slug. And then they started incorporating more members. So then they incorporated Genghis Khan, aka at the time he was just Camouflage. And then they also incorporated Bishop Brigante. So they were starting to become like a huge movement coming out of Scarborough. Trust me, for the people who know, they know that was a time.
And you know what I realized, bro? Like a lot of the Toronto hip hop community from your era, most of them were from Scarborough, or maybe it's because Bishop's from Scarborough and like he brought out Scarborough, but like a lot of people were like Scarborough based, no?
At one point in time, I ain't gonna lie, Scarborough was kind of running it in the rap game. The West has always had a multitude of rappers that have come through from the West. Okay, and Cardinal, I think Cardinal's from the West, right? But in the late 90s, early 2000s, Scarborough had it in a kind of a chokehold. I'm not gonna lie. Really? Right? There was the Scartown stick up with the boy Khalifa. Right, he was a rapper from out of here, a South Asian rapper, you know, one of the brown guys. And bro, Scarborough was producing a lot of rappers and breakers and DJs. Monolith, right, with Danny O, IRS, just and yeah, just you guys can give me some more names in the chat right here. I'm at a loss for some names right now, but Citizen Kane, those guys are out of Scarborough. Like there's a lot of Scarborough guys that were popping in the 90s and early 2000s.
So when did that switch happen? When did the shift in popularity go from East End Toronto hip hop or Scarborough to, I guess, downtown or the West, or like when did that shift happen? Did you notice?
It's always been moving around because, like I said, Cardinal's been, you know, representing for the West, but for the most part, it was never as, when it comes to those guys who were getting on the radio and on Much Music and stuff, they weren't hood oriented. They were representing Toronto. Even though they all came from different ends, now you got to see like Shot Clears from Scarborough and all. They weren't like pushing it in the forefront of their raps, you know, and I'm on from this block or whatever. That came more in the mid 2000s, like early 2000s times with the mixtape era, when you started getting more hood rappers.
That's when the ends, it was more about what ends you were from as opposed to like the entire GTA. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And those that were starting to come out in those times, even like Bishop and all them, they were repping their ends. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm wearing the ends from Bishop, right? He was repping Section 6, which is over there by Kennedy and 401. Right? So it started to become way more hood oriented than guys like the Hustle Men, which Mayhem Moriarty came out of. Those guys were repping the West End over there in Jungle. Ghetto Concept was always representing the West End, Rexdale, and there's always been a strong West End presence. But I think when it came to like the 2000s with Robin Banks and all that, like your era, and the Somali influx that came into Toronto in the 2000s, like let's say 2005, 2006, those guys were going crazy, taking over a lot of the West End. They, you know, Somalians were moving, migrating all over Toronto, but the West End a lot. Right, and when the Somali movement started popping up, like Real Toronto News was just talking about it the other day. A lot of those guys are all West End mans. All the Mollies.
I was just talking to my boy who's also Molly, and he actually sent me that post, right? And he was like, yo, like we had a run. I was like, you guys had a run. Definitely. There's some type of cultural impact that the Mollies had on Toronto hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of sustained success, in terms of not just clout or notoriety or cultural impact, but like how did that translate into success? You know what I'm saying? I still think that like Jamaicans still have more of an impact or more of a run per se than the Mollies in Toronto hip hop. You know,
well, there's still more Jamaicans in Toronto, period. Like most of the Jamaicans that migrate to Canada come to Toronto. Hold on, I'll play it.
Mollies had Toronto on smash
100%
for a while.
100%.
Like, if we're talking like the Halal gangs, we're talking like Robin Banks, we're talking top 5.
Yeah.
We're talking 3 on French.
APOC,
Koal and Finesse Koal. Yeah, like I feel like they had the Casper K Money. They're not Mollies, but Muslims too and all that. You know, it's all mixed up and all that. But Casper's been going on. Maybe K Money's a little bit newer, but Casper has been at it for a while too. So like,
Casper's a legend.
Yeah, they really set the bar and like they really took it to next. Safe too.
Going back at it, Robin Banks.
I just feel like maybe it's because of the support system they had too.
Yeah,
maybe like
always have a big community.
Yeah. They really push their people, and that's great.
Yeah,
you know. So even
they have 30 cousins. 50 cousins from different countries.
50 cousins on 40 devices.
That's the recipe.
100 devices.
Salute to Real Toronto News.
That is wild. Yo, what I will say, and shout out to Haji Basso, because I agree with OC Toronto. I feel like he's the guy right now. He's Rookie of the Year, as RTN said. But what I will say is, a lot of the Somali numbers from the YouTube stuff, it wasn't just from Toronto. There's a big pocket of Somalis in Minnesota that were actively checking for Somali hip hop in Toronto. And they were even like emulating guys like 3M French or Robin Banks or Moji, you know what I'm saying? And
also Edmonton too.
Edmonton too, eh?
Yeah. There's a lot of Mollies that moved over to Edmonton in the late 2000s. They did a whole W5 or is that W5? That special thing that does the in-depth reports.
CBC type?
No, it's like I think it was on CBC, but it was called W5, and they did a report on the Somalian immigration in the West over there in Edmonton, and how it's starting to change. It started changing the dynamics. This is back in 2010. I was watching this,
and I will admit, like, Somalis came. The Toronto Somalis came with their own sauce. They had white boys saying "awule." Like it was a different time, broski. Like, and the music was good. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like the internal politics, it was almost like self-destructive, where it's like, okay, you have this wave, you have this success, but like, how did it pan out after? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there was almost some type of self-destruction. It's like, what did they do with the success? And now to this day, like if we're talking current day, what is the remnants of that now? Top 5 is still relevant despite the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he's in the bin or whatever, but
yeah.
And then it's Haji Basto, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
you know the funny thing with the Ahule thing, and that's Puffy L's in them and Smoke Dogg, R.I.P. Smoke Dogg, but Smoke Dogg wasn't even Somalian.
He was Jamaican, no?
Yeah, he was. I think they might have been from Aruba or something like that. They're from they're from the islands. They weren't Somali. Right? But the culture was so, like, they were so entrenched in the culture, being down with the crew that had like so many Somalians in it, right? That, Moji, Puffy L's, Mustafa, people mistook Smoke Dogg for being Somalian.
Yeah. You're right. It wasn't, even though they were Somali, they also had other like associated acts. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, they had a sick wave, and I think Haji Basto is probably the guy right now for them. And then I see Kanan. Someone mentioned Kanan. Yo, it's funny because like I feel like he's not even grouped with like this wave of Somalis, right? He's like on a different kind of level. He just won He just won a 2024 Grammy, not to mention the man's probably still eating off waving flag for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't want to get sidetracked too much on the East-West and the whole Toronto geographical breakdown. Just so we could circle back to the boy Bishop and pay his respects. I wanted to show you something also from the Joe Budden podcast, because we're going through some of those stories that Bishop has from back in the days, right? And he had a Joe Budden one from 14 years ago. But Bishop is so respected in the game. People don't even remember. There's a lot of people don't know that he has a whole tenure in battle rap as a host for KOTD. And he battled in KOTD and other battles. Like he battled Jin, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Like Bishop is he's I don't know. He's like a renaissance man. He's done like many different things. I'll play something from Joe Budden though.
I am hearing that Bishop Brigante has a GoFundMe going.
Hold on. Yo, Joe Budden, don't strike me, fam. Just relax.
His illness.
Yes. Shout out to Bishop.
Shout out to Bishop. I think the GoFundMe is for $100,000. Somebody should pull it up so we can shout it out. But I think I'm gonna pay a good bulk of it. I'm pretty sure about it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pay a good bulk of that thing. Now I do have some bills that are gonna go out first. Bishop.
Yes, it's for $100,000. They have the link posted on all of his socials, which is Bishop Brigante. But also you can just go to GoFundMe, hit the search and just type in his name, Bishop Bishop Brigante, Brigante, and it is the first result that pops up. Like I said, they're trying to raise $100,000.
Where they at now?
Right now they're at 4,700.
Okay.
It's fairly new.
But yeah, I'm putting something on that for sure.
And listen, salute to Bishop Brigante and salute to the Joe Budden podcast. I hope Joey comes through and pays off the whole thing, man. Because in the end of the day, we also have to keep in mind the man's fighting colon cancer, bro. That's the crazy part. Like he was on stage for like an hour last night.
Bro, when I tell you, like, because I'm not gonna lie, like I've had family that's had that, you know what I'm saying, like close to me, and even like the amount of energy in that room, and seeing him perform and feeling how like almost everyone, like the whole thing with music is you want to connect with people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're all on the same wavelength, and you really feel like goosebumps. You feel like the actual physical reaction. And that's the thing, when you're just rapping and like no one knows you and there's no connection, it's like, yo, get this guy off stage. But when it's like, yo, we're all united, it was like, that's what music is essentially about. And he killed it, man. His son was amazing. He brought so many people out. And bro, there were moments where like I seen people crying in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like there were tear-jerker moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful that music, and not just music, but human connection can kind of bring that out of us. You know what I'm saying? And it was also like just a positive event, bro. And I know like people sometimes make fun of like positive music and stuff, but bro, like I don't know why. That's the type of vibration that's gonna elevate you as an individual and give you that feeling. Bro, imagine he was doing all that and then his songs were just about like dead ops.
I know.
You know,
oxymoron.
Yeah, like, yo, let's raise money for me. It's like, yo, I'm smoking on this guy, smoking on that guy, smoking on this guy, smoking on that. Like, bro, like,
yeah. No, his last song was like, I will survive. And he wrote that song like 14 years ago. And like now, full circle, today the song is like fitting. It's like to the T. Like, yo, I need this song. This last song that I'm gonna perform tonight, I need this for myself right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's timeless shit.
I agree that like him being able to look back and like find songs and people knew the tracks type. Like everyone knew the tracks. Like people around me were knowing the lyrics, you know?
Fam, there was songs even from other mans, like when Tona was performing, when he got off the stage, I was kind of irked. I was like, bro, I need you to perform Dial Tone. Because when Dial Tone dropped, when Tona's Dial Tone, which is his first tune, that had the city on fire. The man said, I retired it. So my point is, Toronto mans have classics that they can retire the song. I don't feel like performing it anymore. Think about that, fam. Like, you're not an international star. In this city, people know the song so crazy, and you're so tired of doing it. I'm going to retire the song. It's too old. I've evolved.
That's wild. And you know what else was wild that you told me? That like you were seeing shorties who like used to pull up back when you was a rapper, like over 20 years. Like the community is still like sustaining itself, you know? And like I find that so interesting that, like, it's still very localized. I can't imagine the biggest rappers of my generation, everyone like in a room together. Like it literally doesn't even feel like it's
somebody might get shot, bro.
Somebody will get shot. I don't even think actually it wouldn't happen because the Toronto police would shut down that event.
That's facts.
And I was gonna ask, like, in terms of events and in Toronto hip hop, were the Toronto police ever involved in your era? Was your era dealing with a lot of people who were convicted criminals and like the Toronto police would like stop shows, or was everyone in the music scene? Okay, interesting.
But in the subpart culture that I was in as well, like Point Blank, Hustle Man, different guys like that, they were getting their shows, like the police would stop their shows from happening a lot, right? But like, I've spoken about on camera multiple times, there was two different scenes. There's the scene which was like the guys who I mentioned, the mixtape rappers, they get on YouTube because YouTube was just starting at the time. And then the other guys who they do what they need to do so that they can get on much music. They'll lighten the music enough, or they're just already light like that. They're non-threatening. So their music's gonna get played on flow. Their music's gonna get played on much music. And it's like, it was those guys and the gangsters.
Oh, so even then there was like a split in the scene, almost similar to today. You have okay, so you have the people who are maybe getting grants and like that type of juvenile.
Oh yes, they're all getting grants. There was VIDEOFACT back then. We don't have VIDEOFACT now. VIDEOFACT is basically something that was from Much Music, and also it was part of the Canadian government, where they give you money for a music video, right? They say that, you know, if you match a certain amount or whatever, but most of the time you don't have to have 25,000 for them to give you 25,000, but they'll give you 25,000 to shoot your music video and make sure that all.
Okay, you don't have to owe them nothing.
No, nothing. It's free money.
25 racks, you can make a movie, bro. That is wild.
Well, the thing is also videos back then, they cost that. 10 racks, 20 racks.
Can you show me an example of a video you know was sponsored or funded by VideoFact? Because I just want to see the quality, because that's pretty crazy.
Oh, well, certainly, sir. I could definitely show you one.
Do you have one?
Of course.
What?
Yes, fam. I've got through the VideoFact program. Which one did we have for VideoFact? Let me double check.
Chat, comment if you remember VideoFact, because I am shocked that they gave Friday we could get 25K for this video.
No, I don't know. They didn't give us 25K, but let me see if I could find it.
25K is a lot, broski. I know Jazz Cartier had some videos funded by Ontario grants. Like, you could see the Ontario logo at the end. I think even Tory Lanez.
That's the evolution of it, basically.
Okay.
Let's see. This might not be a VideoFact if I'm not. It might be a VideoFact because we had a budget for this. And I know I didn't pay all of that in my pocket.
Played at high volume.
Back when the open mic battles kept the club packed. So where the love that for cats with the skill, with some lack the facts, so we subtract.
Now you see this right here? Let me show you something. Okay? And it's crazy because now we can do this on our phone.
Bro.
Okay. There was mad cameras or a few cameras. There's lighting. You know, we had to get a bunch of people into place. We had to rent out the spot. Like, there was a lot that we had to do for this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, wait. So, Peace and Love is saying you kept 15K and used the rest on this.
Stop this.
Wait, so
I made that in a week in those times. We don't need to do that.
Was this so that was funded by VideoFact?
No, I think that was funded from the block.
Nadia Carter saying pull up a ghetto concept video or Infinite. I think they had a VideoFact videos.
Oh yeah.
So was this more than that agency, like, or was it like like how would you apply? Was it easy to get it, or did your music have to like fit a certain mold? Like they wouldn't want it to be too vulgar or something?
Yeah, that's the main thing, right? Like they didn't want a lot of that stuff to be too edgy for the TV and stuff like that, right? I think even maybe Drake got VideoFact for his let me see if I could find a VideoFact video. What do y'all say to look for a VideoFact video? Ghetto Concept or one of them?
Ghetto Concept video or Infinite is what Nadia Carter suggests. Just pull up
this right here.
If you're the biggest rapper in the city, you would bin on it, is what Ben's Mob Gaming is saying.
Okay, you see like Classified? Classified got mad VideoFacts.
See, where? Okay. So this video
if you go to
right here, Maestro and Classified.
Yeah, this is Maestro and Classified, but what I usually would do to find out these things. Okay.
Fact.
Thank you. Same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Right.
A foundation to assist Canadian talent supported by Much Music. Oh, so this wasn't really, I mean, I guess Much Music was sort of funded by the government, but this was more directly from Much Music than like the government of Ontario.
It's Much Music in collaboration with the government of Ontario. Much Fact is what it evolved to. It used to be called VideoFact at the time. This is on the one, it was almost on the outs basically, but it evolved into Much Facts. And basically the point of it is to have Canadian content on Much Music. So if we can get the government to fund the music video for a Canadian content video, we're basically paying for local artists to be able to get videos to the level, to the quality, to be able to be on the network. Because remember, people weren't just uploading their videos to YouTube, but to be on Much Music, besides having like a quality video that needs to be of a certain level, You have to transfer it from if you made it all in digital, which a lot of the time this is like film, right? You had to transfer it onto a beta tape because Much Music used to have a library of just beta tapes.
A beta tape?
Yes. So even from like our videos that we made, because we were already in the digital times at this point, we had to transfer our video to beta, like into a beta tape, which is like a smaller version of a VHS tape. A VHS tape might be about this big, and a beta tape is about that big. Or it might be the other way around. I don't remember now. But that is what they use to load the shit up and play the shit up on Much Music. This is how behind they were at that point in time. We were still doing this in 2008.
Holy, I'm seeing here, so I'm on their Wikipedia. So most of Canada's most influential recording artists receive VideoFact funding for their early recordings, including Sam Roberts, Chaos, Celine Dion, Katie
Levine,
Matthew Good, Brand Van 3000, The Pursuit of Happiness, Carly, no, that's not Carly Rae Jepsen, Lara Fabian, Blue Rodeo, Rascal, Sloan, Aspects, Carly Rae Jepsen, Death from a, okay, so they were kind of like, it was almost like, not like a record label, but they were funding talent that they can then kind of build content. It was like they're kind of funding their own content at the time, like how
yes,
builds their own shows.
That's exactly what it was. They're funding their own content.
Damn. So, yo, do you feel like a part of the scene died when Much Music died?
Oh, hell yes. But
wow,
Much Music didn't die. The world evolved. Like, who's getting a video? Who's watching a video show these days, bro?
But yo, they could have. I feel like they still create content. Like they have like some influencers and stuff, like even younger than me, that are doing like street interviews and like and stuff like that. So so this is definitely
video fact all the way.
The quality is crazy though.
Yeah. This is the 25 grand I was talking about. Found it. Holy shit. And this is, what is this song?
Yeah, my first time too. Never did this before. Please be gentle. She looks like
Not trying to get no copyright from you, Red One.
Bro, it's kind of crazy because like it certifies you. If you're an artist and you have this type of quality of video, it's like you can be proud of it. You can show people like, yo, I'm actually a rapper. Here's the video. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me show you something. You see all this what Red One's wearing right now? Stylist.
Same word. Right? They had a budget. They're like, you have to get a stylist.
The stylist comes through, gives you clothes. You can decide. See this right here? He probably kept this one. Yo, let me keep this. This is kind of fresh still. Let me keep this. Right? Or you can take it off after you're done, give it right back. The shoes, Czar, the shoes, because we had a stylist for one of our videos too.
Yeah.
They put tape underneath the bottom of the sneaker so that the sneakers don't get dirt from them from the road, and then they can bring them back to the store if they have to.
So they were kind of like liberal with the money, with the budget is what you're trying to say. Like, yo, you could allocate a lot of money and just pocket some stuff after.
No, like for example, if you pay for a stylist, that stylist, the way that they get their gear, that's not on you. But you're paying them for, let's say, you got to pay them 2 racks to come and style you. They're going to come bring you all these racks of clothing and stuff like that. And if you want to keep some, buy it, right? Mm-hmm. But if not, that shit might go right back to the store, bro, or go to another person's video shoot. It might go on somebody else's funky ass foot to go do a shoot like in 2 hours. But you got to keep the tape on the bottom of it so they look like fresh kicks that came out the box.
But I'm sure there were finesses where it's like, you know, the stylist like on a personal level. So it's like, yo, I'm going to say we're doing this, but like, yo, we'll just do this, that. Like, I'm sure there were ways where it's like you could hire your friends. And like, was there a lot of like background checks? Was like, okay, you have to use like certified people, or they kind of gave you free reign in the video with the budget? How involved were they?
Now, I have to really think back, because now when I think about it, I don't think that we ever got a VideoFact. One of the Empire Mans are going to slap me and be like, Friday, you don't remember we got a VideoFact for this? And I'll be like, damn, I used to drink a lot back in those times. But I know for Factor, when we got the Factor grant a few years ago for the workshops that we did, we need to give them all of the information. They didn't suggest anybody, but I would imagine for these music videos, you can just, as long as you give them all of the information, you can cut a few corners. Yeah, the stylist was $3,000, but I know the guy, so he styled us for $1,000.
And we split the fucking extra or whatever. Sorry for swearing.
Exactly. And you know, you have an invoice that shows, you know, make an invoice for me, bro, so I can give that to Factor or to VIDEOFACT.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a lot that can go with $30,000. The problem that I had with this stuff back then is that they're giving these guys all this kind of money, and some guys, yes, we need it because they don't have it any other way. But like when Avril Lavigne and Celine Dion, who already had mad hits, also get a VIDEOFACT just because it's just easy. It's an easy layup for Factor or for Much Music. I had a problem with that. I wasn't feeling that.
You wanted it to be reserved for people who actually needed it versus like, oh, you're already signed to a record label. Why are you dipping into these funds now?
Just because you're Canadian, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were an American person and you don't have that option in America, then what you gonna do? Look at this man's wearing a Gucci hat. Checkmate. He's wearing a Gucci hat. I'm telling you, the stylist was in effect that week, yo. Jesus.
Oh, Mr. X, Director X.
Oh my gosh! And they paid for Director X too. This is released in 2002, BMG Canada. So this is when they were on the label.
That is interesting. Yo, so K-Fried, I have a question for you. Like, do you feel like the current version of Much Music is pretty much Toronto blogs and like Six Buzz and stuff? Is that the equivalent of Much Music?
It's pretty much better than Much Music. YouTube is Much Music, to be honest.
But I meant in a localized sense, because like Much Music did focus on Canadian talent. Like they would play like American videos, but they had that they had to follow the law that like you had to play a certain amount of Canadian content. Like I would go home, watch Much Music, countdown, you see Billy Talent, Avril Lavigne, then you see like Belly, you see like Chaos. You know what I'm saying? So like they emphasized and prioritized Canadian content.
I'm trying to do this without tooting my own horn. We Love Hip Hop is the new Much Music, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. We got a lot of interviews. Okay, let me full screen this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. We Love Hip Hop is the new Much Music. Okay, I said it. I must stamp it. Because, fam, there's like over 500 interviews. The podcast itself, that's just one part of the network. It's a major part of the network, but we've had so many different conversations, freestyle shows, variety shows, different types of things that have gone through there with a whole host of different people, including interviewing some of the people who've been involved in Much Music. Like we have a George Strombo interview.
Legendary people.
They were interviewing people on a regular basis. We're interviewing people every single week. We drop an interview.
I know what you mean, but I feel like in terms of the format, like you know Clubhouse Jams. Do you know Clubhouse Jams?
I don't.
Clubhouse Jams, Splash Bailey, like Hunter's Club and stuff. Like they do this kind of live show. It's Toronto based. They have like it's like live, like they have a live audience, but then they have like a countdown of like videos and stuff that they broadcast. But it's heavily. The thing is like the production aspect of making a show like Much Music where you have a live audience and you tape it. It's hard. It's expensive, especially if you want to make it quality. But you're right. Like We Love Hip Hop is able to kind of check all those boxes.
Bro, I just stopped doing the top 6 music videos, like let's say 6-7 months ago.
Why'd you stop?
It wasn't something that I feel that like. It's a really long explanation, but part of it was just like I just didn't feel like it was getting the traction that it deserved for the songs that are on it. You know what I mean? We're previewing Toronto music, and it's just kind of sitting there in like algorithm purgatory. Right? So I don't think the people were as interested, and I started seeing a dip when we're doing a full episode in the audience, like the retention wasn't as strong when we get to that part of the episode. So I was like, you know what? Might have to cut that out. It was crazy before when we were doing the top 6 music videos. It was the top 10 music videos at first, and then we switched to the top 5, and then somebody was like, yo, you're in Toronto, call it the 6 videos. This went on for like 4 years. People were asking me, how much does it cost to get on this top 6?
So why don't we bring it back?
We should.
Because, yo, 6ix does it where they'll have like the letters, and it'll be a post, and it'll be like video A, video B, video C, video D. And that's like sort of, but you're not playing the whole song, but just a snippet. But I think that's like a similar model to like a countdown. But at the same time, countdown, it's like when you were doing the top 6, was it like number 1 this week is this? Or was it just presenting 6?
Well, it evolved over time. What it ended off as is that we would just curate it, or basically I would just curate it myself. Mm-hmm. And based on who songs dropped that week, it was the video for that week only, right? Or the last, let's say, couple of weeks. Whoever has the highest numbers, engagement, different things like that, then they are basically the one. Before, the way we used to do it, I used to put up a list of just all of the music videos, like just bare music videos that dropped that week. All right. And then from there, you can pick and figure out which one is the, 1 second. I might be freezing. Am I freezing right now?
No, you good.
Okay. Because my computer's acting like a bitch. 1 second.
Yo, comment gang, should we bring back a top 6 or some type of countdown? And if so, how should we do it? Should we play the whole video? Should we just play snippets? Because if that's something people would be interested in, I also think it would give incentive. But 6ix does sort of do that too. So is that need already being fulfilled?
Maybe, maybe not, because we would do commentary on the videos afterwards.
Oh, so it'd almost be like a reaction.
Yeah, but what I was trying to show you until my computer started doing this free shit. And listen, chat, if the computer crashes and then I have to like come back on, then I'm gonna have to restart the stream. But what happened? What we used to do is I used to put together a reel of all of the videos that dropped that week. It didn't matter what the amount of views were. Actually, they just had to have over 500 views. That was the only criteria.
No, Friday, no! Guys, we're losing Friday! Friday! No! Yo, am I still on? Chat, let me know if I'm still on. I'm still on, Darkseid. Am I still on? Should have just a short top 6 once a week. Guys, if I'm still on, just let me know. Okay, so I am still on. Friday is we're trying to resurrect Friday right now because something just happened. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I will. Okay, Czar take over. Okay, guys, let's talk, bro. What's going on? I even have like my screen here and stuff. Like, let's talk. See, when Friday was doing it, the T-Dot music was way better now. I don't even think you can get 6 songs a week. Would be worst top 6 ever now. So what should we do? Do you think it'd be better to do like a top 3? Because there has to be some type of like audience participation. Like either you guys got to vote for what you think is the best, or like call in or something. This is so funny. I feel like I hijacked the stream. Yeah, I could do anything. I could ruin the network right now. No, I'm joking. Once a month. You're saying once a month. I feel like once a week would be better. Friday passing the baton to DJ Czar. Yeah, this was my plan all along, guys. Actually, I shut down Friday's internet, but he'll never know that. Top 6 underground worldwide. Worldwide. So you're saying not just Toronto music? Maybe monthly. Okay, so right now we're at a monthly. I am the captain now. I know we were talking about Somali hip hop earlier. I'm Somali right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm the captain. Shorties think I'm on. You know what I'm saying? What are ya? Okay, so you're saying just Toronto. Toronto centric. But what type of Toronto? Are we doing the drill hood stuff? Because I feel like that could get messy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily think that's the right direction we're supposed to be heading in if we're trying to elevate the Toronto hip hop culture. Like, if we're just like, it kind of has to be like you have to have a good Miskeen to non-Miskeen ratio. You know what I'm saying? You're saying all of Toronto. I think what we could do is like submissions, and we could even review submissions. Who's that, Friday?
Yo. Oh, shit. I'm still back in the stream, eh?
Yeah, bro. I took over, bro.
Salute to StreamYard. Holy.
This is
lifesaver.
wild. Yeah.
Let me unplug and replug my shit here.
If it's worldwide, you also have to have stuff to compare it to and sharpen steel. I know, but I don't think we can get away with like the copyright aspect of having a show, you know? Yo,
I can't believe the stream kept going. That is sick when it do that.
I couldn't believe it either, bro. I was yelling. I was like, Friday. But then, yeah, bro, I actually shut down your internet. It was kind of my plan.
Oh, man. Okay, what were we talking about, bro? I'm lost now, man.
Friday got kicked out from his own show by The Matrix.
That's crazy. I think it might be the Kendrick camp, bro.
I don't know. I've done like my own live streams, but I was a little nervous on the Wheel of Hip Hop live stream on my one still. But shout out to the chat, bro. They kept it going. They were participating. You know what I'm saying? I was like, am I about to share my screen?
No, fam. With the low key, people, I sometimes think that the chat is toxic or our comment gang is toxic, but the live chat is the most welcoming, intelligent chat that I've seen in a minute, man. Like there's not a lot of ignorant people in the chat. That's why I respect this chat over here.
Yo, I gotta get the clip of you freezing and me being like, Friday, no. Did you hear me say that or no?
No, fam. Like my computer's been doing this stupid shit where it just dies and like just restarts on its own, fam. But
Say a word. Yo, everyone's saying we should do a live show, get like a live like countdown.
Oh yes, the top six music videos. That's what we were talking about.
So some people are saying that Toronto doesn't have enough good songs to make it at a top 6, but we can't incorporate like a worldwide songs unless it's underground, or we could focus on Canada. Like it could be like every province gets a song this week. You know what I'm saying? Like number one, Saskatchewan. Like, you know, like there's a lot of hip hop in Canada. It's not just GTA. Like there's Montreal, there's PEI mans. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But that's what we were doing. The top 6 music video countdown. It wasn't just Toronto. It was everybody, right?
It was nationwide or also America?
No. It was all Canada, right?
Okay.
But the problem that I started having with it when I started having it in that format, where I would just put up a playlist and people can just pick out of that playlist. All you had to do is have 500 plus music video views, and you're on the playlist. And then from that list, when I drop it, let's say on Tuesday on Instagram, I'd put up the post on Instagram. And I used to also have that as a post on YouTube. Now you can choose what video that you want to have on the top 6 when we go do the podcast. We used to record it on Thursday at those times. You could choose who gets to be on the top 6. Or sorry, no, we used to record the podcast on Wednesday those times to drop it on Thursday. So we'd have like a maybe 1-2 day span to look through the comments on Instagram to see who is number 1, who got the most votes for number 1. And that was cool. But the problem was number 1 could be somebody who paid like $500 on their music video, and the song is just horribly mixed. The song's trash. Nobody knows who they are, and no disrespect to anybody who's been that person. Because now I feel like I'm dissing. But you're not number 1 in Canada right now, fam. Like Drake just dropped. Relax.
I know, but like, what can they do if Drake drops? Like, you know what we should do? And let me know what you think of this idea. All right. So we got the pod, you know, you, me, Dusty, B3. Each of us should have every week, we get to pick one song and we do like a battle. Like, we're like, yo, this is my song for the week. This is my track that like I want to put you guys onto. And it would be better if it's a local track, obviously. But if we're able to do that, and then the audience can be like, oh, this week, like, Dusty's submission or whatever, that was the track. This is the track. Because it actually, like, And like Steph Rowe over here is saying, like, I don't check for new music. A lot of people, it's like there's so much new music out there that it's like kind of hard to check. So it's like we got to find songs that people will actually bump, not just like this is my homie's track. You know what I'm saying? And it might get corrupt. You know, people might come up to be like, yo, you better, you know, what if it gets so big? People are like, yo, use my song this week. And you know,
and that's another problem. But
it's
to know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm so good at the word no. It's like I'm a no expert. I know no fondue or no kung fu. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it.
Friday said no means no.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if you know me from back in the days and we were hanging out 30 years ago at a rap event or whatever. Like I'm not just gonna put you on the show just because we know each other, fam.
Okay, I'm seeing people are liking my idea. Chat,
I'm not mad at it neither.
What should we call this segment? And it'll be quick. Like, we can't possibly play the whole tracks, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if all four of us are playing like a 3-4 minute track, you know what I'm saying? But with the music video, though, it's like a live reaction. So I don't know.
Yeah, we could use part of it for the YouTube. Like, we can cut it, the songs, because when we react to stuff, I cut the song itself.
Yeah.
But the audio version, people get to hear pretty much almost the whole song or the whole song. There's different audiences that we have for We Love Hip Hop anyway. There's people who listen to our audios and they get to hear the full, like, let's say the episode is 2 hours and 10 minutes. The audio episode's 2 hours and 25 minutes because I cut all the music out.
I like what Produced by June is saying. Just run snippets, the best part of the track. So it's like each of us gets 30 seconds on the aux. Who got the most heat? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. No, it's a good idea, man.
What would you call this segment?
Let's let the audience decide.
Because I think this is good. Friday, you didn't say no to most definitely ask for that joint. For the joint.
I gave him the rest of it. You know them ones there? You're like, well, okay, I'm not. Yeah, hold that.
Yeah.
Bye. Finish it on your own.
I'll give you kills.
Thank you. Right? You don't have to pass it back to me. I don't know where your mouth has been.
Yo, the Serato thing, that could work. I mean, I can DJ it, but I feel like in our space, it wouldn't make sense in the space of the podcast room.
HB said tune of the week.
Tune of the week.
Tune. I used to my term. My default, it was actually big tune. That's how much we were on this top 6 music video shit, bro. Like, we took it seriously. It goes back to what now I remember our whole point of this in the first place. We Love Hip Hop's the new Much Music, man.
Not your other blogs, you know what I'm saying? It's We Love Hip Hop.
Blogs definitely have a part in it, but Much Music, remember, Much Music used to preview music videos and put you onto new artists. And you know, Master T would go pull up on Ghetto Concept, pull up on Avril Lavigne. Master P has a plethora of music of interviews. Same with George Strombo. They have bare interviews, these guys. The one thing that the blogs are not doing, they ain't sitting there and having conversations with these men and women.
With the upcoming artists. But
upcoming legends, everything.
But 6 Buzz Premieres is kind of doing the same thing that, like, we were saying Much Fact or like VideoFact or whatever. Like, they're kind of doing that same thing with the premieres. So it's like, I like that. I like that aspect of it because they're funding the content, and it's also like they're giving.
No. They're not funding the content. That's a paid service that they pay 6 Buzz to get their music video premiered on the 6 Buzz channel.
But wasn't 6 Buzz also making tapes and like they were also like funding videos and stuff?
Yeah, for those artists that they have that they're putting on their tapes.
Yeah. Oh, but the average person, yeah, you're just paying to get on.
Yeah, you're paying whatever. I don't know exactly what the price is, but like, Juicy Hamburger just said it right there. 6 Buzz Premieres is like World Star. Like, I know World Star was like $6 when I paid for World Star back in the days, but I know it's probably like $1,500 or something like that to get up on World Star now.
But they used to like they would also fund their tracks that they would premiere on that channel. Like,
yeah, those are the ones that are going out on the album that the deal that they had with Warner Brother.
Oh, under the artist 6 Buzz.
Yes.
Oh,
that's why it would be Top 5 featuring YG and Six Buzz. Six Buzz don't rap, but they're on the credit of the title of the song.
They're one of the most streamed artists from Toronto. Is like
Six Buzz.
Yeah.
They're not artists.
Yeah,
but they put out music.
They're almost like a record label, or like
they are a record label.
They're a record label.
Yeah. Right. But that's a different thing than Much Music. Much Music was a place where you can go be entertained, and the only thing we don't got is Electric Circus. To be honest, and you listen, you got me. Pause, tooting my own horn for way too long right now.
Yo, tune of the week. Stay tuned for the tune of the week, dog. That's hard. That's hard. That's actually tune of the week.
I'm not mad at it, man. We'll talk some more about that behind the scenes here. I want to show you something quick, fast.
This tune of the week is brought to you in part by your sponsorship here.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. That sounds nice right there. Brought to you by Chrysler or Ford Trucks.
Chrysler's tune of the week. Project T.I. Billy Bishop, Toronto City Airport.
Let me make sure to give homie his credit properly. Hold on, let me make sure to give homie his credit properly, because Ajani, salute to Ajani. He put me onto this.
Hello, Toronto. Hello, world. My name is Ajani Charles. I'm a professional photographer, director, producer, mental health advocate, and Canon Canada ambassador. I'm honored and grateful to announce Newport Aviation's presentation of my second solo Project T. Art exhibit at Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport. Proudly sponsored by Sony Music Entertainment Canada and part of the Contact Photography Festival, it is located past the airport's underground tunnel, specifically in its passenger terminal's atrium, every day between 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern and 11:59 p.m. Eastern for the next year. The terminal can be reached through the pedestrian tunnel and the ferry. The exhibit summarizes Project T. A documentary project on Toronto's hip-hop culture, community, and history that I began producing in December of 2006. It is a journey through Toronto's hip-hop world, featuring black and white imagery, including 60 large-scale vinyl prints. Through the exhibit's prints, over 80 influential members of Toronto's hip-hop community and many related organizations are displayed. The exhibit's 55-inch interactive touchscreen showcases over 80 personalities and numerous organizations, telling the stories of their careers and impact through the world's first comprehensive database of a major city's hip-hop community. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to Newport Aviation, Sony Music Entertainment Canada, Canon Canada, the City of Toronto, Ports Toronto, the Contact Photography Festival, Toronto's hip-hop community, and all who have helped me bring Project T. to life.
These pictures are crazy.
Generally, and at Billy Bishop Toronto.
Watch Drex in that picture. You know who this gentleman is right here?
No.
His name is Drex Jankar. He's like a community activist. He works with Gavin Shepard, who was at the event last night, who founded the Remix Project. They both founded the Remix Project together, basically.
Okay, I know about Remix Project.
Right, and now he's over there in the Remix. I think he might be in Detroit now or something like that. He also was an artist back in the days as well. But this guy really dug into crates for these pictures, yo.
City Airport. This exhibit is not solely a byproduct of my vision and drive, but a collective narrative of Toronto's dynamic hip-hop culture and diversity. Join us at Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport to experience this unique art exhibit. Please share your thoughts on the exhibition online with hashtag Project T. And let's celebrate Toronto's hip-hop legacy together. Thank you, and see you there.
Sick when you do that, Bridget. So this is an art exhibit or a photo exhibit that's going down Wednesday, January 24th, all the way to January 31st of 2025. So it's for the whole year. Okay. And it's over at Billy Bishop. Opens daily between 5 a.m. and midnight. And you can go check out this art exhibit that's just all Canadian hip hop, the history, everything just documented here. Like, homie went in on this one right here, bro.
It's very dope. I want to go just to like, I'm like, yo, I feel like it'd be weird to like go to Billy Bishop and not hop on a plane, but like I feel like it's not that far. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely am gonna check this out. It seems dope.
Yeah. I sent them the link to the chat that we're doing right now. Sorry, to the live that we're doing right now, to see if he'll pop in. But I don't know. I should have sent it to him earlier. But yeah, I just wanted to put the people onto what's going on over here with this gentleman and this exhibit, because this is not no small thing, man. This is a big deal.
This is a good because I'm sure this was funded by a good amount of money. I mean, he's saying Canon, he's saying Sony, City of Toronto. So it's good that they're actually putting money into a form of storytelling and also just like history, right? Like there's museums and there's exhibits for like a bunch of other stuff. So the fact that there's like a Toronto hip hop exhibit is impressive. I'm sure it's not gonna like include like super contemporary acts, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I feel like that's next, right? Over time, those acts are going to be grafted into like the overall history.
Yeah, but you know, I'm sure even because this gentleman, I bumped into him last night. I see Toby in one of his pictures over here. I bumped into him last night at the event, and he's a young gentleman, so I'm sure he has some of like the quote unquote demand them. You know what I'm saying? Like he might have a Robin Banks picture in here. There's Thrust in one of these pictures.
Hunte, let's go.
Yo, this is amazing. Like these panels with the photos in them, bro. You're just walking, seeing all of these legends over here. Who's this over here? Is that Chaclair? Wow. So yeah, I'm just, you know, this is something that's going on in the city right now. Where's Billy Bishop? Zara, downtown, right?
Yeah, that's on Lakeshore, right? Like right by Batherson, Lakeshore.
Look, you see the sponsors right here: Sony Music, Canon, Billy Bishop Airport themselves, Newport Aviation. Some big wigs in here, bro.
Yo, I feel like I wanna make a mural of like post like 2018 to now, like Toronto culture, but it's black and white. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see like contemporary figures. That'd be jokes.
There's a picture from back in the days from 2009, if I'm not mistaken. And listen, I'm not even going to attempt to go find this picture right now, but it's a picture with basically pretty much everybody. Remember that last night, what you were talking about, that whole scene that was all together and like you could see everybody kind of in one place. It wasn't everybody, obviously, right? But it was Manifesto. Yes, it was Manifesto who organized this. Manifesto, the event series and like the organization.
TO, right? It's like the TO capital. Okay, yeah.
Yes, they organized this photo of all of the Toronto scene, like all of the rappers, all in one room. We went to this like their office, which was like they had like a little warehouse space in there, and all of us got up on different what do you call bleachers and shit like that, and we just took this crazy picture. There must have been like, I don't know, 150 of us in the picture. Breakdancers, artists, executives, all like the scene was in that picture. I'm in that picture next to Scandalous and Adam Bomb, bro. Like I was happy to be in that picture at that time. Like a podcasting wasn't even a thing yet. I was just like, yo, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But that picture exists right now. So if we can get another one like that, like just all of everybody from the scene from 2012 to now in one picture.
Oh, good luck, buddy.
Yeah, it would be a shootout in that photo shoot.
Bro, even if the photo shoot is good, afterwards there's gonna be some type of pandemonium. Like you guys were actually your generation. Like I know you guys there was a divide between like the more gangster rappers versus the more like radio friendly, but it seemed like you guys were united. Like we don't have that at all, bro. Like, and we don't. It's like we don't even want that. You know what I'm saying? We want a certain pocket to succeed. You know what I'm saying? We want people like it's so sad. You know what I'm saying?
You guys like the as they call it.
we don't really have a choice, broski. Like, that's the music that is popping off. That's the music that's getting the attention. It's unfortunate that like a lot of Miskeen music is just like, it's not slapping, bro. Like, we need more good Miskeen music. So
more Miskeen music for 2024.
Good Miskeen music. I don't want no shit. Sorry, I don't want no bad Miskeen music. You know what I'm saying? Because bad music is bad music. I don't care if you're talking about good stuff, but it's like we need good quality Miskeen music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that's so fun. You're a real Toronto man, yo. Let's move on though, man. You done for another story, or you got some things to knock out?
We can do another story, and then I'll leave you to it if you want. I'm out here, brother.
Kanye West.
Okay.
Did you hear Kanye West right now is being sued?
I did. I heard he was very invested in the size of his assistant's mechanism.
Yeah, he was kind of wilding out here, bro. He was saying some things to the girl that I was like, bro, you can't say that, man. Allegedly. You know what? Let me pull up a video and take a look, and then because I'm doing some things in the background here at the same time. Kanye,
you know what's crazy? In America, you could sue anyone over anything. Like, I'm not saying there's no grounds for this. I'm not saying there are grounds for it. But in terms of the legal process, you could literally, anyone could sue anyone for anything. And you can find some lawyers that are working on commission or whatever. And instead of Kanye going through this battle, he might just settle. You know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, countersue for defamation. I don't know, but I hope
land of litigation, bro.
Yeah, like, it's kind of scary. Like, I mean, his assistant.
Let me play this here.
A lawsuit dropped only 2 days ago. It really was not looking good for him. But just yesterday, we got some huge updates on the entire situation that definitely brings into question who is actually in the wrong here. I love leaking! So following up on my video yesterday, all we had from the Lauren Pichota lawsuit was the original TMZ article and then an excerpt of text from the court documents. But a couple hours after my video went up, we did actually end up getting both another article on the situation and, thanks to Alec, the full court documents. So now the entire thing is a lot clearer. So apparently Kanye at one point told Lauren that he wanted to fuck her mom, and he also would insinuate over text that Lauren both wanted to and did have sex with him, neither of which ever happened, according to the court documents. Along with this, Kanye would apparently have her coordinate Uber rides for women to meet up with him, and on one such occasion,
oh, they're trying to put Kanye in some Diddy shit, eh?
In August of 2020, Kanye and Bianca called Lauren wanting to discuss an orgy/fivesome experience they had the day before.
Fivesome, bro?
5 is crazy, bro. I thought this guy was like a hardcore Christian. Is that allowed?
Stop this. Come on, fam. The man was starting a corn site not too long ago. He just stopped doing that. Like, he got distracted. He was going to do a corn site like maybe a month ago.
Information in these documents relating to Kanye sending Lauren unsolicited pornographic material details that he once sent her a video of him and a Yeezy employee having sex, but he cropped his penis out of frame because he said it did not look big enough to send to one of his friends. Then we
What is happening, man?
move to probably some of the most disgusting allegations thrown towards Kanye so far, with Lauren alleging that on an overnight flight to Paris, she was locked in the plane's bedroom with Kanye and forced to stay in the room while he masturbated under the covers until he fell asleep after.
Bro, I can't get through each charge, man. What is happening? These are the allegations she threw on the boy Yeezy?
They're so specific. That's what the only thing is, like, when they're so specific, it's like, how would you make that up?
You gotta be a diabolical mind to make that shit up, man. So to say, hold on.
Kanye. During this meetup, Kanye offered to trade the male collaborator sex with Lauren in exchange for sex with the other female individual in the studio, with all of this allegedly occurring at the Yeezy headquarters in LA. According to the official story, this event happened in early 2022, which often saw Kanye and Future working together on the beginnings of Donda 2, so it's pretty likely that the male collaborator in this story is actually Future. And finally, a couple months after that, in March of 2022, Kanye asked Lauren to participate in a threesome, which she declined, and she also noted that Kanye would often text her asking for a hug when he really meant he wanted to have sex with her, because he sent this meme image as an example of the type of
what
hug
are they
he
doing
wanted.
in
So
this
yeah,
video
while the
here,
stuff
man?
mentioned in the original TMZ article.
So this video is not monetized. I'm talking about the one that we're watching here. This is courtesy of, who is this? Leaky Archives. What do they got? 35,000 subscribers. They're playing with fire, bro.
Future essentially being treated as Kanye's property to pass around. Following all of that becoming public knowledge, Kanye decided it was time to fire back and speak up for his side of things, releasing a letter to the public that again sheds a lot more light on the situation. The letter begins with Kanye declaring he is officially filing a rebuttal lawsuit against Lauren, saying she actively pursued him sexually to coerce employment and other material benefits, and then she engaged in blackmail and extortion when her advances were rejected. Kanye goes on to say that prior to termination, Lauren stole his phone in an attempt to destroy records that would...
Bro, so he's countersuing, saying that whenever she was giving him sexual advances and started blackmailing him when he said no. That's what he's saying?
Yep. She didn't. He ain't want her, man. Him and Bianca are a happy couple. There was no talk of a fivesome. What are you speaking of, Jezebel?
Broski, you know what? I want to give Kanye the benefit of the doubt, but just that counter lawsuit, that doesn't sound believable. Like, oh, she kept trying to have sex with me, and I said no.
Get off of me.
Have you seen her? Look at this amazing rack on this lady. I'm not trying to get sued either, but you know.
Get those boobs off of my face.
And I didn't know saying you want to
employment
mom is a crime. I mean, I know it's like, if someone has a hot mom, I'm like, yo, like, I want to bang your mom, like, I get sued for that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. This is just allegedly. I heard that he found her on OF.
Yeah, she did have an OnlyFans.
Yes, she had an OnlyFans, but I think he might have communicated to her through there, or I don't know if they spoke through the DMs on Instagram. I don't know how he found her in the first place.
Yo, according to BBC, West hired Pisciotta as his personal assistant with an annual salary of $1 million on the condition that she was available 24/7. She says she agreed to the terms.
$1 million a year.
Brisky, I mean, she's pretty. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're prettier girls. I don't know if she's worth $1 million, but I don't know. Maybe she's like really good at Microsoft Excel. I don't know.
Your spreadsheets are amazing.
Her emails?
Whoa. Wow, man. See? Everybody's up on Diddy's back talking about Diddy's a monster. What does Plush say? If what they're saying is true? Sick to my stomach, fam. Holy.
Out and employment through inappropriate means. And then he ends the letter with a Jay Leno chin joke, which he seems to be very fond of these days, even using a similar line in the Vulture's one song, Keys to My Life.
In the endo, but that was me when I was burning CDs from my friends, though. Now I can't just take it on the chin like Jay Leno. Now everybody
documents, we got a statement from Yeezy designer Johan Galaxy, who says that he was around.
Can you pause it when it's like when the PDF file is there?
Right here.
Yeah. Okay. 35 seconds. Video of defendant and a Yeezy employee having. Okay, what do you think of this vid? Okay, we already see that, and then that's Kanye's rebuttal. Oh my goodness, man. Where do you stand on this, Friday? Do you think?
I don't know, because I didn't expect Yeezy to countersue.
You know what though? I'm so happy because like I wanted to get a tattoo of like the Kanye West like bear, like some type of like ode to like, because he has my first album and he's like my favorite producer. But I was always like, let me wait till like, I don't know, I don't want to say after he dies, but like that's what I would say. I'm like, just in case he messes up, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't get the graduation bear right now.
No, but even after these guys dies you might find out some, like, we're in the information age, so you might find out something later, 10 years after a man's dead, that all these people come out and they're like, yo, this guy beat up so-and-so, or, you know, he had a trafficking thing going on. Like, look at Big Pun. Big Pun didn't come from the information age. He came from the late 90s. But because the information age is where we are now the surveillance video or the videos of him beating his wife, gun butting her, is in the internet zeitgeist, bro.
You're right. I'm just never gonna get a tattoo paying homage to any of my artistic inspirations. I'm gonna just stick with like mythical animals and like stuff.
Don't do it.
So okay. Do you believe that these two have never engaged in any type of consensual relations? Because $1 million a year, you're gonna expect a little. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, $1 million a year might be like working for Kanye, just to give Kanye a little bail, just a little bit. He's a lot to deal with. He might have you on call, running all over the world. You know what I mean? Like, it might be worth the amount of money that he's paying because he's going to expect a lot, minus sexual favors. However, people, you know, you said earlier, Kanye is like, isn't he supposed to be a Christian and blah, 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 blah. Are we also forgetting that Kanye said that he's a sex addict or he's a corn addict? I don't know, one or the other.
Yeah, he has admitted he has issues with corn. Yo, Christians struggle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why Jesus died.
Backslide.
Yo, it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I thought he had that Sunday service and like he gave us a whole Christian album. Like, why are you gonna do all that just to go back to like secularism? I don't know.
I think that was just to get whatever clout that brought him at the time. He might have felt that way, but it made him feel more because people were receiving it. If he did that, not Christ is King, whatever his first attempt at being to super Christian, which one was that? I don't remember which one of the 3 albums, because he did 3 albums in that space, right?
What's it? Jesus is King. No?
Jesus is King.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It doesn't matter. Whatever. The first attempt at it, if people were like, get this out of here, he dudded. He sold like 50,000 copies the first week. Watch how quick he would have switched off that Jesus shit back then. But it worked. So he was like, let me run this for 3 albums. And then after he got bored and he got onto something else, now he's like, yeah, he hates Jewish people, and he starts talking about the guy with the H in the beginning of his name and doing stupid shit. He's on a new arc until that stops working.
Well, I will say a few things. I hope this is untrue. His assistant is a smoke show. She's pretty hot.
Yeah, kind of hot.
I don't agree with his behavior if what she's alleging is true. And do you feel like this could be his Diddy moment?
If this keeps on resonating and it becomes a case and another person comes forward, oh my God. If he gets one more person to come forward and be like, start alleging things that are along the same lines, ooh, Diddy might be like, somebody else to take this pressure off.
You know what I realized, bro? The one common downfall for everyone, it always has to do with sex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It always, whether it's like weirdness, it's like underage, or it's like some type of like misjudgment. Like it always boils down to sex. Like either that or like what? I know. I think it's always sex, bro.
A lot of like armies and like empires have crumbled because the weakness to the flesh.
It's specifically that. Like you might see some people get canceled for unaliving people? I don't even think so, bro. I think it always has to do with sex. You know what I'm saying? Like literally only that is the thing that you can't come back from.
Somebody said here, Road to Success says 2024 is the year of the truth. Shout out Cat Williams. Yeah, what did he say? The big dick deviants. Right? Pause. And he said it, and it started happening immediately after. All right, so Mr. West, he might be next, man.
Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West,
Mr. West. Oh no. Wow. The thing is, if this is really a thing that starts to like become an issue for him, how much further down do you have to spiral, my G? Like you lost over $1 billion. Your partnership with Adidas, your partnership with Live, or you can't do any Live Nation shows, and now this, like, wow. Is there any bottom to the fall off?
I don't know, man. I can't see Kanye like fully like falling off. Like I feel like he's still gonna like claw back, and you know what he's gonna do? I think he's gonna ascribe the situation to the elites taking him down because Carnival went #1. Like I feel like it's gonna have to do with something like that. But I just wanna, I don't know if you can see my screen here. But she is a smoke show. Can you see it in the background?
No, turn your camera a bit.
She's a smoke show.
What kind of pictures are those? Hold on.
They're not nude. It's just a flash. But she is a smoke show. Oh my goodness. Man,
you know,
her face is high, but like her body's crazy.
It just, to me, it also a red flag goes off, and not to like say that she doesn't deserve a job like everybody else, but when you choose her as your assistant, there's probably a lot of women that don't look like her who can assist Kanye West probably twice as good. You know what I mean? Can get everything done in a timely manner. He don't even have to ask for the shit to get done. He just about to say some shit and the shit just pops up. But he chose her.
Yeah, and you know what I call this Friday? The baddie epidemic.
Pretty privilege.
No, specifically people who go only for baddies or like want to. Bro, baddies come with a whole new level of stress. You're better off with a mid chick who's gonna hold it down. Like he went with this girl. I promise you, it's because she's hot. I don't care how good you are at Microsoft Office. I don't care how many emails you can send. She is a smoke show, and that is why she was hired, fam. So it's like that's what you get for thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't know, man. He self-destructed with this, bro. And you can already get any girl you want. You already bred up Kim K. Bianca's a smoke show too. This girl's an absolute rocket. You know what I'm saying?
So the thing is, he has his smoke show, quote unquote. Like he has the Bianca chick, right? He's running around. She's half naked everywhere. It's not that he's not happy with what he has. These guys have different levels of what makes them, what is it? What grinds their gears?
They have, what floats their boat? Or like they have
floats their boat? Yes,
different appetites.
Yeah, the appetite is raised, I think, and this is just my speculation. When you're at this point of level where Kanye West has probably had ridiculous amounts of groupies come at him and indulged to the point where like he's probably like smashed like 5 girls in a night after a concert or after an hour after party or some shit like that. So he's done everything, tried everything to the fullest. Now when he's in his relationship with his girl, they can't just be regular. They have to have fivesomes because just, you know, missionary is just like he can't even get off the missionary.
That's crazy. I mean, I think he probably could get off to missionary, but he just won't be mentally satisfied. But like, I don't know, bro. Like, you're right.
If you've had a fivesome already and you busted your, and the, viewer discretion or listener discretion advised. If you busted your nut after 5 12s were in your face, the missionary of just doing off of one, like it just you might not do it. Like you've already had these visions. They're not from in between a screen. You lived the vision. Like you were in like a whatever size bed with like a one from every different region of the world, and you had a smash off. Like he's a billionaire or was a billionaire. He might have done that already. Regular sex is just not gonna do it for him, fam.
I mean, I agree. He's probably very desensitized, and
yeah,
I think that's where sexual, like guarding your sexual appetite and kind of making sure that it's allocated towards the right things is important. Because once you start trying all this new stuff, you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now it's like I think J. Cole has a line where it's like just one girl don't feel the same anymore, and then they don't feel all the pain anymore. So it's like people will start to get into more intensive drugs or more intensive sexual practices because they deviated from just basic. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think there's nothing wrong with basic. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like a lot of this could have been avoided if he just jerked off.
Facts.
You know
just rub one out, bro, or just smash Bianca and rub one out, or do whatever he needs to do. Have a threesome with his hand.
You know how many bad decisions I have avoided because I jerked off, and I'm not advocating for you. Nah, bro, I'm jerking myself off. Is that? Yeah. I don't know.
No pause. No pause.
No pause.
Fast forward.
No, but real talk, and I'm not a super advocate for masturbation either. I think do your best to hold your seed, your essence, blah 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 blah. But I do think that sometimes you will make irrational decisions based on how charged up you are. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of asking her to join this fivesome, maybe just deal with your wife real quick and then talk to her. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, right? You're not going to get a lawsuit later. And one thing, and we'll cap this Kanye segment in a second. One also thing with this, you're Kanye West. So if you're making these kind of requests to somebody, and then let's say the relationship goes south like it has now, it's going to come out. I don't care how many NDAs you signed. You asked for, let's say this is all true. You asked for some weird shit. And now that person doesn't work for you anymore. You think they're just going to hold it down? Like, I don't understand why these guys even attempt to put themselves out there like that. Like, at this point, I would not be asking anybody for anything weird if I'm this famous, bro.
I know, but I feel like, man, they have such a power trip. That's what it is. And is that the company, man?
Hey, big salute to Justin Hunt.
Yeah,
yo, Justin, if there's a link at the top of the chat that's pinned to the top of the chat if you want to join the conversation. We're talking about your boy, Jesus.
Your boy. Oh, Jesus. My goodness. What is going to happen? Am I not able to DJ Kanye anymore? I'm already...
No.
I can't even, even the Diddy tracks, Diddy had a good discography. I have to avoid playing certain songs. You know what I'm saying?
Are you playing No Diddy right now? No Diddy?
By Gucci Mane?
Are you playing Zeros? Are you playing anything that he produced? Like the Benjamins? Are you playing that? Are they even requesting that?
No, but sometimes Diddy songs just go with the vibe, especially if you're with an older audience. I'll still play some of the ones with Biggie. I wish I could keep playing I Need a Girl Part 2 because I really like that song.
Big tune.
But it depends. The thing is, even when Kanye went through his whole thing with his controversy and his crash outs, people didn't mind hearing Kanye still.
Yeah, his music has never been canceled, even with the whole H guy. I don't want to say his name on this YouTube, but when he was promoting the H guy over there, I didn't hear anybody okay, well, let's not play any Kanye for the next 6 months. I think everybody just kept on playing his shit. They're just Kanye's crazy.
Nah, but you know what I will say? If I was in front of a Jewish audience, I probably wouldn't play Kanye.
You're gonna take that Kanye folder and push it right to the side over there.
I'm like Drake, and Drake again.
Drake all night, bro. Played a video with him at the bar mitzvah and everything, man.
I'll do a versus battle, Drake versus Drake.
Oh man. Well, listen, man. Salute to Kanye. Oh, let me finish this video right here. Quick, let's see what it is.
Kanye has a well-documented history of employee misconduct, and clearly there was something going on from Lauren's side as well. So in my opinion, both parties should be held responsible, which absolutely does not excuse any of the behavior on either side, but we will just have to wait and see where this goes. And
okay, now he just giving his opinion. So this guy's like, these guys are sue for sue. You called me a dirtbag? I say you are the dirtbag. You want me? Get your hands off of me, lady.
Yo, that is the worst counter lawsuit I've heard in my life. It's like, actually, she was making advances to me. Like, yo, no. Like,
she couldn't take my hotness when I walked in the room.
Kanye's like, no, I'm just so monogamous that like it makes me uncomfortable that this super hot chick I'm paying $1 million a year to wants to bang. Like, come on, brother. Like,
oh man. I think these guys should just cancel. Just call it a night. Everybody just go home. Just pretend it never happened because they're literally just canceling each other out with fuckery.
I just hope we don't see a full-on Kanye cancellation because he is. I can't believe he's my favorite artist, man.
Well, fam, you're ready to get the bear, bro. Holy shit. Let me ask you.
We have a bear in the stew.
Let me ask you a question now.
Yo.
Okay, because with Drizzy now having his like wild kind of weird moment where everybody's kind of canceling him but not canceled, right? Like there's a percentage of people who they found something, and members are, I've said this behind the scenes and I'll bring it forward now. I really remember back I was saying, if anything, I hope they don't start poking any holes at this young girl shit, because now they'll start trying to mess up Drake's reputation.
Yeah.
However, Drake still survives. You know what I mean? Where we reviewed the song earlier, Ray Tay Tay. What would it take for Kanye West, who's done the wildest? Drake didn't go on a rant talking about the H guy. Everything that's happening to Drake is only happening now. Kanye's been intentionally almost trying to cancel himself and still can't get canceled. He went #1 on Vultures. What will it take to cancel this guy? What can he do where people are like, all right, okay, take the playlist out?
R word.
I don't agree.
R word, P word.
Let's stop there. Hold on, let's stop there. R word, and then for everybody in the YouTube audience, y'all know what the R word means, right? However, I still don't think that he'll get canceled for that. I might be wrong.
It depends on the severity of the situation. Like if he's accused of it and then it's like a settlement thing, okay, I think he'll be fine. But if there's like video evidence of him like forcibly whatever, I don't think people will like that. And even the people who won't stop listening to Kanye, I think there will be a stigma around it, you know?
If there was video evidence, or if there was like substantiated proof that he did that, then you think he's out of here?
Yes, to an extent, I think that would affect like his ability to be consumed in the same like mass way that he is now. You know what I'm saying? I think there'll still be fans. Yeah, Michael Jackson still had fans when all that stuff was fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby still had supporters, but it was the minority of people. It was more like now you're like fringe because it's like you're either going to argue and be like, that's not true, they're making it up to tear him down. Or you're like, well, you know what? I separate the art from the artist, you know, but either way, if you're DJing and then it's well aware that this guy is an artist or a PDI.
Okay, so let's stop there. Let's stop there. PDF file. Let's say that happens now. Let's say that's the allegation that pops out the woodwork.
It's over.
You think Now I agree with you with that one. It's donezo. It's Kanye. No, I don't care all of that H word. You know, the things that you were saying about Jewish people. That PDF, if some PDF file stuff comes out, they're chopping. We're all collectively chopping Kanye's head off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But there has to be substantiated proof. It can't be on this Drake shit that the way they're trying to play this nigga Drake, where there's no substantiated proof. There's just like some videos and some text messages that they're like, oh, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no cases on Drizzy. So like that's the way that people are trying to treat Drake now. That's why like canceling is not a real thing, fam.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a mob culture.
Yeah.
It's more like people like to, I guess, gravitate and collaborate and feeling like they had a hand in taking someone down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's cancel him. And like everyone congregates and now they feel like they have some type of like power in the situation, right? And I think it's a lot of it is for like the sheeple. A lot of it is for people who are very invested as consumers of media or music or whatever, right? So I hope we don't see a Kanye cancellation. I hope this is all alleged. Does it affect his image? Currently, yes, but like Drake
I don't think so. I don't think, unfortunately, because women don't have loud enough voices in the media and in just in the system, period, right? And especially because she has an OF and all that as well. I don't think her cries are going to be loud enough to cancel Kanye West or make people look at him weird. Especially now that he's countersuing, he's like, well, I could just countersue.
Does she still have an OF?
Go check. Research purposes.
Yeah, I might have to subscribe for research purposes. Right. No, I'm joking. I don't do that. I've never understood like actually subscribing. Like, I've tried to like look at girls' things, but the moment they ask for like the account name and you gotta put your address and billing, I'm like, no, like I don't want that bill, you know. But I will say this: like, she is probably booming on OnlyFans right now.
She has a link tree, probably. If there's a link tree, then there's probably it leads to a special place.
Okay, I'm on her IG right now. She has 1 million followers.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness. She is super bad, but there's no link.
There's no link?
There's no link. Adam22 about to hit her up for a collab on Plug Talk or for Plug Talk.
Facts. What's her name again? No, because I'm going to dare to maybe go over her Twitter.
Lauren Pisciotta. Lauren Pisciotta.
Because if she's on Twitter...
Oh, Ye convinced her to delete the OnlyFans or the OF, sorry.
Oh, yes. Yes. And maybe she took the link out of her link tree because of that.
Yeah, but you know what that means?
Or like took the link out the bio.
You know what that means?
What?
It's on Reddit.
All the freas, as they say. Hold on. I'm going to go on her Twitter. Give me her name again. Lauren
Pisciotta.
Let's see if she has a Twitter. Lauren Pisciotta.
Oh yeah, she got some stuff on Reddit.
She's research purposes, gang. Okay, I found her on Twitter here. Let me just pull it up on the screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at here. But I don't see a link in her I don't see a link in her bio on Twitter neither. So I think she's separated herself from the whole OF thing.
What I will say is, based on what I've just seen on Reddit, it's like, it's nothing like too vulgar or obscene. It's just like, you know, those girls who will just post what they would post on IG or like on a close friend story.
Yeah.
It's like that. That's just based on my research that I just did.
She's pretty non-existent on Twitter over here too. She's not like active. There's no post on her Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow, we're researching the hell out of. She got some clout today, man, and we're on the smaller end of things. She's probably got some big people looking at her shit right now.
Bro, she probably has the craziest billionaires in her DM talking about how much.
You could be my assistant. I'll pay you $2 million a year.
They'll probably, I'll give you $1 million for a night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, anyhow, let's get off of this here.
Yes, sir.
DJ Czar.
Yes, sir. Follow me, DJ Czar TV. I just dropped a little remix to the SnowD4y Drake track on the Instagram. So help that go viral. Follow me there, man. If I get 5,000 followers by the end of today, I will get a Randy tattoo, which is Friday's cat.
Salute to Randy. And also look out for your interview with Destiny that you got going on right now too.
Yeah, that's out. That's out. We got some clips rolling out. So yeah, man. And shout out to Friday, bro. Thanks for having me, brother.
Well, salute to you, brother.
Stay tuned for the tunes of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Stay tuned.
All right.
Done know, brother.
All right, later, broski.
DJ Czar in the building. Yeah, man. Make sure to go tap in with everything Czar got going on. My mouse has been acting crazy. I need to get a new battery for this shit. What I will do while I'm looking to get a new battery for this, I want to cover one thing and then we can, or I can go on with the rest of my day here. There's been a little bit of something brewing over there on the West Coast. And listen, I'll be remiss if I do a live stream and don't show love to the West Coast, okay? We're not doing that. I hate when people jump in the comments. Why don't you just call yourself We Love No Jumper? Why don't you shut the fuck up? How about that? How about that? So apparently, Sharp, okay, the Sharp Tank, coolest, sharpest podcast in the world. Sharp and Almighty Suspect have been having some issues. Okay, I don't know if you guys are aware of, I guess for the people who follow No Jumper, y'all know who Almighty Suspect is. Oh, this is from 18 Hours. So Sharp responds to Almighty Suspect saying they were never friends. Almighty Suspect went up on Back on Fig recently. This is from 22 hours ago. They're clipping it out. Okay, let's play this. Get to the shits. I don't care about video games. Yo, since the whole change of format over there at No Jumper, Suspect has been on his video game grind.
Is the good version of this nigga. I feel like y'all niggas is brothers and you just a bad brother.
You know what? It wasn't even like that. Like, it's not like we was friendly with me before. Then it's like, this my man's. But then he give me the job. This just a nigga who hit me. I fuck with him. We work at the same place. Look, you got to realize, nigga real reclusive. Like, you know? So you talk to an ass man, who's there to call? Nigga, I got a family. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when I say shit like that, they don't believe me.
Nigga got an 8-year-old. I don't streets, you gonna go call.
Everybody got a role.
You gonna go call Curry.
Okay.
Everybody got a role in your life. You feel me?
Here's where we're gonna go to get the real story. Big salute to the boy, Poetic Flacco. Oh, these guys spoke for 3 hours. Holy shit, man. Let's go to to Sharp's response first, and then we'll go to Flacco. Okay, and then we'll get to the root of why these guys have any kind of issue.
Wait, can we put a pin in this though? Do you feel disrespected by Almighty, and what are your thoughts on him after what you heard last night? Does that change how you feel about him at all?
No, because hey man, shit, whether you fuck with me or not, if I fucked with you, I fucked with you.
These are the parts of the screen that's getting super demonetized.
I don't got no, I don't know. I just, that shit makes me feel funny. Like to say, like, you know what I'm saying? To even be in that type of seat, to have to do that, especially when I felt like we built some camaraderie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to say anything negative. I don't got nothing to say negative, homie, about him. Hell, I really had nothing to say negative about Smack. He just got to really popping it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let church know what time it was. But all the other shit, like, I'm not, bro, I have no issue. I'm with nobody or trying to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody I've worked with, fucked with, you know what I'm saying, on me, have had a heart-to-heart with. Like, that's hard to try to go put it on camera and act like none of that shit ever existed.
Were you surprised to hear that come out of his mouth?
Of course. I was a little disappointed. To be honest, it hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
It did, as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I fuck with you, I'll fuck with you. Like, I'd rather you just told me that.
Yeah.
Like,
so just to get to what he's even talking about here, I'm going to take it over to my guy, the poetic one, Mr. Flacco. All right. Flacco did a good breakdown on this right here. We're not going to go through the whole breakdown, obviously.
So Sharp and Almighty got some weird, awkward tension going on. Now, I'm so not nosy that this was all going on under my radar, right under my nose, without
Wayne's why.
He said, but
So right here.
To it, man. He had said, here, let me go ahead and
What?
quote it real quick.
Drake
gave you a shout out, Sharp?
Yeah, man, a little something, you know.
I heard it.
Oh,
What he
that
said?
explains
He
why.
He said, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was he.
So this is where the start of these guys, what I would call a petty issue, started. From when Sharp felt that Drake mentioned him on one of the diss tracks recently from this whole Kendrick Lamar beef. I think it was it? What song was that? I think that might have been Tailor Made Freestyle. Or it could have been Push-Ups. It was early in the battle. But Sharp was dead set believing that Drake mentioned him in the battle. And then after that, the clownery began.
You feel me? Because the nigga talked about him and saying he had an A minor. He said, but niggas gotta be sharp. And I went and looked at it. I said, maybe he just said be sharp. No. He said, like how I'm feeling. I'm like, all right, yeah, he mentioned me.
Oh,
I
wow.
appreciate my nigga, man. Fuck with him. He
good.
saw
The
that
Part
shit.
6,
He
that's
saw
what it
I
was.
going through,
My
what I
bad.
had to stay down for. You know what I'm saying? Through all the commotion.
And you watch no jumper.
He knows I'm outnumbered right now. He knows I'm cornered. We is light skinned. I've interviewed his artists. Hey, mind you, I've interviewed the niggas artists and everything before.
Yeah.
So there ain't no secret. Plus, I done went viral, nigga, multiple times. Not
Drake
just
let
here,
this
but
nigga
on
know
other
who
niggas'
he-
shit.
What's he- yeah, what's he-
Remember that. Celebrities walk up on me, I don't even be knowing they fans of mine. Straight up. Let's not ever get it up, nigga.
Now, here's the thing, bro. Sharp is my guy, and Sharp is our guy. So regardless of what we think, we're not about to step in and tell our homie, hey, bro, Drake ain't shout you out. But Almighty Suspect is a tad bit more honest and direct and straightforward than a lot of us, right? So when Sharp came on the Monday show to sort of speak about Drake shouting him out, Almighty Suspect had a more brutal response, and that ignited a full-on argument between Almighty and Sharp, where Sharp told Almighty he's gonna break him for one of his bitches.
We know how you fucking
Here we go.
You got a shrine in your bathroom. We know who you
Nigga,
going
we did it for the
for.
bitch.
We know who you going for.
Man.
Killed him on the shrine in the bathroom. The man has, I don't know if you want to call it a shrine, but he has, I guess, a mural or a plaque with a bunch of Drake albums, maybe all of Drake's albums, and it's in Sharp's bathroom. And this is from what I'm hearing from what these guys say in their own live streams. He said it's in his bathroom, in his guest bathroom. It's not in the main bathroom. It's in the guest bathroom. Okay, so it's not no funny shit.
We know who you going for. You got a shrine in
And
your
that shit
shit.
gonna stay up.
You got a shrine. I know. Drake Balls is gonna stay slapping all in your nose.
Disrespect.
Drake is gonna keep all in your nose.
If the man is talking to you like this, that's not your friend, bro. The man's talking about Drizzy. Hey, yo. That thing, those type of chats right there, that'll make somebody jump across the table or jump across the carpet over here. Sharp.
Drake Balls is slapping all in your nose.
Oh my gosh, everybody, the gangsters is all they got Flacco laughing too. Oh, Sharp. This is the time where you're supposed to get up and Lil Kelpie my you over here.
He gonna take it next bitch is crazy.
Pick up the slobber, nigga.
Wow.
It's dripping all on
Disrespect.
your draw. That's Drake Balls and shit, nigga. Pick the slobber off your chin, nigga. Yo, take that shrine down.
I'm not gonna lie, and this is with all due respect to Sharp. If you see this, you know, if you're tapped into Toronto content or Canadian content like that, I gotta say, bro, you might be a little scary with the youth Almighty Suspect, right? Is that how the Americans say it? You might be scared of this kid, okay? Because the way this kid is disrespecting you to his face and you're not doing nothing, I know you might be trying to keep it professional because you guys are co-workers, you know, flying across the couch and beating up your coworker might not be the best look. One of y'all might be suspended or fired after that. But the way that suspect is disrespecting you, he doesn't care if you try to do something, because he will lay you out as soon as your old ass get off of the chair. I'm just saying. Sharp knows if he gets his ass up here, okay, suspect is going to be moving so quickly, he going to make Sharp look like Lil Kelpie.
I had to hand him a napkin because all the milk was just flinging all down his chin and shit. I had to hand him a napkin. So I'm out crazy right now.
See, this is the type of energy that I'm seeing right here. Okay, and again, with all due respect to you, Sharp, but the way this little man is, like, not little man, because suspect's a grown-ass man, but he's way younger than you, and I know when it comes to the PI game, you guys are very heavy on respect. This guy's disrespecting you to your face so crazy, giving you fighting words, telling you to wipe your mouth, and gave you the paper towels to do it too, bro. Oh, he's not worried about you at all. There's no rent being paid of the space in suspect's head when there's, as far as a threat from the Sharp one, or he would have not brought out the roll of toilet of the paper towel right there. This kid is not worried.
It's crazy. A lot of people look at this conversation from a bird-eyed view and thought this isn't a conversation among dudes who really have respect for each other.
They don't.
Kind of odd.
Let me go forward.
Hey, you never know.
So which was getting moved first though? Hey, you have action. Try your best. Try
my best. I never tried.
I don't want to be nowhere with.
Can't even say you can't even say.
Let's stop right here.
Suspect. He's going to move him.
So Sharp resorts to, I'm gonna try to just bump one of your hoes. Okay, this is how much that he's gotten Sharp discombobulated. These guys are supposed to be keeping this type of stuff behind the scenes. Legally, they work for No Jumper. Okay, and I'm not putting anything in. I'm not snitching, putting anything in front of the scenes. These niggas is talking about how I'm gonna take one of your hoes. So if you're talking about that type of shit, that means you might be out here still doing your thing, if you know what I mean. So suspect has gotten this guy so discombobulated that he's willing to now reveal that these guys are still doing their thing on road, and I'm going to take one of your bitches.
The suspect who?
That's how you gotta do it, bro.
You can't even say it for a hoe.
Disgusting.
I don't want to be nowhere with the Drake posters, ganger.
Hey, you never know.
So which was getting moved first though?
Hey, you have action. Try your best. Try your
Try
best.
my best. I never tried.
Try your best.
I don't ever try.
Try your. Hey, you clearly try.
That's how we do it.
He said he ain't going to try. He do. All right. He's putting it all out there in the open now. Okay. That's how you know you got the man off guard. It's all out in the open now. I'm going to take one of your bitches.
That's how we're supposed to do it.
I walk right to the front door. Try your best.
Sure.
Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, pick the slobber, Drake nuts all off your face and get the fuck out of here.
Jesus Christ. Fam, just snuff the kid, bro. Just get it out of your system. I know you want to do it.
That's the biggest context clues we have for why Sharp and Almighty Suspect may be beefing. Because Almighty Suspect did tell T-Rail that it's a
Why are you and Sharp not getting along? I need an explanation for the video I'm working on. I ain't gonna say too much, but all I am gonna say is don't let him play that.
One thing I gotta say, Suspect, do better, bro. Please. Okay, I'm not scared of you, Suspect. Do better. You need to do better with this audio and this game playing in the background. Get a microphone. You came from the No Jumper Studios where they have a multitude of equipment, so you obviously know what you need to do to get it rocking. All right? Get yourself a microphone, turn the music down or turn the volume down on the game that you're playing in the background while you're live streaming, and really live stream properly. Don't act like this is the first time. Oh, I don't know how to do this shit. Yo, fam, I don't know how to do it. Talk to Josh, talk to Mikey, one of those guys behind the scene, because this is horrible.
That victim role and shit. Hold on, let me make sure niggas can hear me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, Ness can hear me fine. Don't let niggas play that victim role. He know exactly my problem with him, and he knows going on. He know my problem with
hitting
him.
the offensive
Don't let
boards.
him act like a victim.
The man said, "Let me turn the volume." Sorry, I don't mean to get away from the point. Okay, but like bad podcasting and bad live streaming just irks my soul. Okay, he said, "Let me turn the volume down so y'all can hear what I'm saying," and then kept the volume up.
Don't let niggas play that victim role. He know exactly my problem with him, and he knows going on. He know my problem with
hitting
him.
the offensive
Don't let
boards.
him act
Said
like
in
a
a
victim.
game like
I
this,
already
it comes
addressed
down
my
to
problem
second
with him
chance
on his
points,
phone
and that's where he feels
way
he can do
before
some
he
damage.
did.
Keep
That's
your
all I'm
eyes open
saying.
down low.
We ain't gonna let him act like he just didn't know, and I just went on back on Fig, and it was just a surprise. Nah, nigga, you knew I was talking to you, nigga. I told you.
Yanni made that
told you
shot
you did.
tougher than it needed to be. Just
I
go
already
straight
told
up
you.
with it.
That's all I'm saying about that.
Both parties are not being
Salute to you,
direct
Justin.
in terms of saying exactly what the issue is. Now, Brick Baby will give some context clues in terms
All right,
of
so there we have it. I'm not going to go any deeper into the weeds in there. It's not like we're talking about like world issues or something like that. It's just two guys, two PIs having some beef. Now, here's my thing. If we could look at it from and take this out and pull it from a content creator or no jumper type of view, these guys are co-workers that have to coexist inside the same building. And obviously, for anybody who works a 9 to 5, you've probably had an issue with your coworker before. I didn't come from the 9 to 5 world, but I had my stint. I had a nice little 6-year, 7-year stint in the 9 to 5 world where I was working over at the Shoppers Drug Mart head office. And, you know, I was in a corporate setting. I'm dealing with different people, different personalities, and not everybody's going to hold it down. I had a lot of my street mentality that I went into that office with, like, how dare you write an email about me and tell the boss or tell my manager what I've been doing, cutting some corners on my work. You're a snitch. I want to beat the shit out of you. But you can't do that in the office. You have to, quote unquote, coexist. Now, I don't know if those same rules can apply when it comes to the No Jumper Studios, because obviously we've seen over a multitude of different videos that these guys, it goes left sometimes. It goes left. It gets handsy. People put hands on each other. However, the only time I've ever seen people put hands on each other in a No Jumper setting is when one of the hosts is putting hands on one of the guests, or one of the guests is putting projectile spit on one of the hosts. Salute to you, Flacco. But it happens, okay? But employee to employee, there's been a lot of arguing, a lot of yelling, but hands, that hasn't happened yet, okay? I don't think it's going to happen because with Sharp seems to be holding it down. All jokes aside, me saying that Sharp's scared, pussy, whatever, right? All jokes aside, he's an older man. He's probably like, let me keep this professional. No matter how much that the young boy's flying off the handle, I'm not going to take it there with him. I'm not going to get into a fight with this kid, even though he probably wants to snuff him out. I'll say again, he probably can't snuff him out because, yeah, you know, you could have that old man strength. Okay, that exists. But he's already seen suspect in action. Okay, I don't know even if he's seen suspect in action behind the scenes. Okay, because him and Lush One, they caught the fade. Lush One got back on Instagram Live. His face was bruised up. He said, but he still put in work. He still did his thing. All right, cool. You still got the shit beat out of you though, bro. Because I'm not trying to say that suspect is Superman or something like that, but the kid looked like he got heart. He looks like he's willing to talk a lot. He's probably taken his share of licks. He got beat up a few times as well, but he looks like a fighter. So Sharp knows, you know, I'm not going to take it there, and I'm not going to lose my damn job. But I don't think these guys could be in a room together anymore. We're not getting any more suspect and Sharp interviews where these guys are tag teaming against no Diddy. These guys probably going to have to be in the offices at different times. And if they are in the office at the same time, it's going to be that weird tension And y'all know what I'm talking about, that tension that you feel now at the office when you know that that dude who sits 3-4 hours away from you, he betrayed you. He sent that email. He snitched on you. Your boss made you come into the office and showed you the email. Right? Josh was talking about your performance, and he sent me a screenshot of something that he's seen on your screen. You know now when you walk back out of the office, you got to look Josh in the face eating the sandwich. You want to punch the shit out of Josh, but you can't. You got to keep your job, bro. Leave Josh alone. Leave suspect alone, bro. But anyhow, like I said, I think those guys will be able to work it out on their own behind the scenes. Not the most important thing, but you know, we got to tap in and see what's going on with No Jumper. There's other beefs that are going on over there currently, but we'll delve into that on another day. Gang, I think that's all I got for today. This is an extra long or a longer stream that I do than usual. We got about 3 hours and 46 minutes in. I got to come back in and chop out that little piece where, actually, I won't chop out that piece where my computer died, but we ain't going to worry about that. As far as content for the week, look out for the Flower City Ace interview that's dropping tomorrow. For the people who don't know who Flower City Ace is, salute to Randy. For the people who don't know who Flower City Ace is, he's the young gentleman out of Brampton who people try to expose for being on one of those YTV shows back in the days and saying, oh, he's not a gangster. You know, you used to host a YTV show back in the days, and now you're trying to be a rapper. Who you think you are, Drake? So look out for that interview dropping tomorrow. I'm going to be dropping another clip out of the Company Man, a.k.a. Justin Hunt interview, out of that 2-hour-plus interview, and that interview is going to be dropping next week. And I got a lot of content on the way. All right? Until then, we are off of this. Deuces.